Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Take a far-out trip into the twilight zone of late-night radio with Iain Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Unmissable late-night radio with the original king of unconventional conversation.
Make contact with Iain Lee.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
They won't play this song on the radio. I bet you they won't play this new song. It's not that it's or controversial, just that the fucking words are awfully strong. You can't say on the radio or you can't even say I'd like to you someday, unless you're a doctor with a very large. So I bet you they won't play this song on the radio. I bet you they dare well program it. I bet you the old program directors will think it's a load of horse.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Why am I quiet in my ears? I'm very quiet in my ears. Am I quiet out there? Let's boost the signals. I'm quiet in my ears. Is that better? There we go. Thank you very much indeed. Let's here's my tip for anyone wanting to get involved in radio. Let's do it so that everybody can hear. That's my tip. That's my Carlos, if I had one tip to give to you, to make it in the world of radio, it would be do it so that at least people can hear you, brother.
Thank God, right?
Yeah.
Well? I was going to ask you, I was actually scoping out one of your, I think it was your streams, you were like playing a game. I don't know if you like a lot of your callers like play games and that, but I'm a gamer, so.
It's a game. Hey, it's a gamer. It's a gamer. Carlos, shut up. It's a gamer special tonight. We're talking about Fortnite. We're talking about Star Wars VR, and we're talking about Horace Goes Skiing. It's a gamer's special tonight.
Strong vibe. That's what's coming from, right?
That's where it's coming from.
First, you got to tell me what's that No Way Out game? What is that about? Is that like the when they're trying to break out of jail or something?
It's for those who don't know, No Way Out. It's on the PlayStation. Me and Katherine were playing it and streaming it. It's two dudes. You got to help each other, and you have to break out of prison.
I heard that game is only co-op. Like you have to play co-op.
Yeah. You've got to have a friend. Does that exclude you, Carlos?
No, I don't know. I don't have any friends. No, sure.
You've got to actually know somebody to play. It's online co-op, but yes, you've got to know somebody.
Yeah, but I heard like the whole game like puts you through like this old school like kind of like mafia kind of like gang thing where you're going through like jail and then you're going to like family problems and stuff.
Yeah. We were fishing in it the other day, and then while Katherine was trying to find a vehicle, I was playing the piano.
Oh yeah, because you guys are like split screen, so you guys could do like
split screen.
Could do something else. I mean,
yeah,
that's lovely. She liked the game.
I don't know if either of us like the game. We're enduring the game, but Katherine, I persuaded her to buy a PS4 recently. And I wasn't quite sure how well it had gone down, but today she wasn't replying to my text, and I said, later on, I said, why weren't you replying to my text? Oh, I was playing Tomb Raider. So I think it's working for her.
It's definitely worked. Well, do you recommend that like your callers go get like any kind of system in any case? I recommend.
I've got an Xbox. I've got Xbox. I've got PlayStation. I've got Switch. I've got hooky, not hooky at all. That means illegal. I've got simulators, emulators. I mean, I've got everything.
Well, tell me about this VR thing that you were talking about. What is it? I'm really into
this is right. This is the most amazing thing. So there's this thing, right, and it's in America as well as in England. It's in America as well as the Westfield Shopping Centre in England. And it's Star Wars VR, right? So you go in teams of, me and Kath went, and we went with, cause you can only have 3 or 4 in a team. So me and Kath went with my young nephew Dylan, and then my sister and her husband went with my niece. And what you do, you put on like a sort of flak jacket that's quite heavy, and you do it all up, and then you put on the VR helmet, and then the three of you just walk into like a room. Get this right. So the guy says, okay, I'm going to be asking you some questions like, can you see your hands? And we all put our hands out and went, yeah, we can see them. I said, no, I mean,
like
when
a tutorial.
You said, no, when you put the helmets on, I'll be asking that. We didn't have the helmets on. And then you put the helmets on, and suddenly everyone's dressed up like a stormtrooper.
Oh,
and you go on a mission,
and
you run around. You go from room to room. You go on moving platforms, except you don't, obviously, but you think you do. You fight other stormtroopers. Actual Darth Vader comes out. Out.
Oh my God! I would have been freaking out.
Lasers are useless.
It was, man. It was brilliant. You can feel the heat. You can feel the fire. It was great.
I could imagine Iain Lee, number 44, Stormtrooper.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said. Honestly, it was the most fun. It's only about 15 minutes long, 10-15 minutes long.
Still an experience, though.
Man, what an experience! And also, it's like your primo. It's like your China White of VR, because the VR at home makes me a little bit motion sick, right? A little bit motion sick.
Yeah,
but this is such a high frame rate that it really is. It's mind blowing. It was brilliant, man. It was brilliant. A lot of laughing, a lot of pushing the kid out in front of us. Dylan, you go first. I don't want it. You go first. It was great, man. It was great fun. Try and find it. They've got it in America as well, and I know America's not that big, so you must be able to find it.
I'm going to have to look around myself. So, like, you
Google
tell reviews, everybody's going to have to get, like, what, doesn't the PS4 have VR, right?
Yeah, the PS4's got VR. Yeah, I got that. I'm
PS4,
lending that to Kath this weekend, so, come back a changed woman.
So it's the strong vibe with gaming.
Yeah.
It's game night today, right?
It's game night tonight, Carlos!
It's game night tonight.
Game on, Carlos!
Oh, what game are you currently on now? I heard you like Overwatch, right?
I play Overwatch a bit. I tried Call of Duty World War II again the other day, but it's boring. It's Overwatch.
You were a competitive player in Overwatch.
I'm a professional player, mate. I'm a professional gamer.
Oh, perfect. Oh, I gotta watch out for Iain Lee right now.
Yeah, you got to watch it.
Esports, right?
Esports, man. I'm getting sponsorship, and when the sponsorship deal comes through, I'm jacking in this business, and I'm going to go and become a professional. Just need to get the figures up a little bit on the youtube.com/Iain Lee. Just need to get the figures up a little bit, but yeah, I'm going to be a professional gamer, or as I call it, a pro G.
Pro G. Ooh, yeah. I like that.
Pro G.
I'm going to use that one. Right?
If you do use it, legally you have to credit me because I invented that phrase, Pro G.
Oh man. All right. Well, I'll make sure I'll write that down. Credit it to you.
Thank you, Carlos. Hey, nice to talk to you, man. I'm going to cut you off now.
All right, man.
There we go. He calls from New York. That guy changed his mobile phone, his cell phone. We'll take it because it might be some numbers. It does it. So just you never know. But give him short shrift. He changed his cell phone provider so that his package was more friendly to him phoning the UK. That is dedication. That is dedicazione, above and beyond. Hey, here's a question for you. It's not a gaming special tonight. We will talk games though. That Star Wars VR. Man alive, just a lot of giggling, a lot of screaming from me, a lot of screaming, and it was just nice, I love my nephew and my niece, and to see them afterwards, you can see they were wearing Stormtrooper outfits, see them afterwards with big beaming grins across their face, man, it was fun. It was fun. But they made a mistake. Here's the mistake that they make at this place. Because afterwards you do that thing where you pose for the picture and then you can go and buy the picture for 10 or whatever. All right, great. But here's the mistake. What they should have done. Because obviously you're seeing like you're on a spaceship and there's fire and there's moving walkways and there's lasers and there's steam and all. Obviously none of that stuff is happening. You're just in like probably 3 grey rooms and you just, So what they should have cameras in those 3 grey rooms taking pictures of these 3 idiots, crouching and firing and pointing and doing all that stuff. Take pictures of that action shot so that when you come out, you can see what an absolute prune you were. That's what they should do. I'd pay double for those pictures. Tonight's show, it's about anything you want, really. There's some interesting stuff in the papers, but I'm always aware that doing a late night show, we haven't got tomorrow's papers yet. So we're kind of going through, and the papers, even in the morning, the papers can be as much as a day late, a day out of date. So by going through the papers for a 10 o'clock at night show, it's news that could be 36, 48 hours old. And also I'm acutely aware that all of the good stories, all of the other shows on all of the other radio stations will have done. So the trick for me is to try and find stories that are a little bit, what is that? I think that's my chair. I hope that's my chair. Otherwise I'm leaking air. And it's not through the usual routes. It's not coming out of the usual places. So the trick is trying to find stories that you won't have heard throughout the day. Of course I could do the lazy. What are the front page? Oh, Theresa May and the House of Lords. Of course I could do those stories, but really, what's the point? So for the new and the not so new listeners, the way this works is you can call in about anything. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to talk stuff that I've done today, stuff that has been in my mind, these slightly left of centre stories that I have found in the newspaper. You can call in about those things. You can call in about the House of Lords and Theresa May if you want. I'd suggest that only call in if you have a point that has been missed thus far in the debate. But you can call in about absolutely anything. We have the slackest screening process of any show anywhere in the world. You phone up and certainly for this hour you'll speak to Katherine. She'll take your name and number and give you a call back. It's as simple as that. The telephone number is 0344 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. I'm Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee
on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Good evening, George.
Good evening, Ian.
I was I was texting Bob Johnson, Clive Bull's old producer today, and we briefly chatted about you. He sends his best.
Oh, it would be lovely to meet him one day. We never met in the old days.
He's very tall. He's taller than me. Very tall and lanky.
And a Watford supporter.
Apparently so. Very nice. One of the nicest human beings you could ever meet.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
But I've never met him.
Well, exactly. So
maybe you can arrange a meeting one day in the future.
I've not met Bob for years. When was the last time I saw Bob? Probably about 9 years ago. Funny old world, isn't it? Doesn't time fly when you're miserable with life? Anyway, George, how are you doing, man?
Not bad.
What's going on?
Planning the next gig at the same venue on July 13th or 14th.
Now, are you planning it? Because one of if I had any criticism of the excellent Party to End All Parties was, it seemed, and I enjoyed this aspect of it, but it seemed a little bit kind of off the hoof. Off the cuff. Off the hoof or off the cuff? Both,
yeah,
I think, were.
No, it was exactly that.
It was
and it wasn't what I was expecting or hoping for, but...
It was what it was meant to be, though.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
And I am a games player, so and...
PlayStation or Xbox?
No, just generally playing games, so I need your help. To play a game to change the world, essentially. Yeah. So
I'm in.
I've scribbled something down.
Go on.
And I wonder if you can maybe get it into the newspapers in the next day or two.
Well, here's the thing, I'm happy to try, but the newspapers seem to have got bored of me. They don't print any and I don't know what they should be getting excited because I'm the new host of The Right Stuff. It's going to be called Iain Lee's Stuff. And this is Matthew Wright has stepped down. I am the new host of The Right Stuff. World exclusive here.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But the papers don't seem interested in me anymore. So let's see what you've got and I'll do my best.
Yes, well, maybe you will have me as a guest on The Right Stuff.
You'll be the guest number 7, episode 3, season 2.
You reckon?
Yes.
wearing my apprentice prophet hat.
Yes.
So this is my apprentice prophet prophecy, and so it could be part of the film we're making.
Yes.
Because you're playing the part of the Wizard of Wonders in this film, and so it's me speaking to you on your wonderful radio show, and giving you this exclusive prophecy, and it goes here on these future world-changing wise islands, wise as in Wales Island, Scotland and England.
I like that.
We're going to create a loving God to guarantee a peaceful and harmonious world of wonders future, blessed by a one-world lovement. OWL is owl, so we've got the wise owl in there, via the marvellously programmed workings of an all-embracing bank of a zillion wonders.
A lot of people think you're courting controversy slightly with the use of the owl, because a lot of people believe that the owl is a symbol of the Illuminati.
Really?
Yeah, oh yeah, the owl. They have a session where the world leaders are supposed to go and worship or set fire to an owl or something.
Yeah, but our owl is a one-world lovement.
Yeah.
Via the marvellously programmed workings of an all-embracing bank of a zillion wonders, Boaz W for short.
Boaz W, yes.
Everybody shall effectively work for the bank and its electronic wonder currency, and the bank and its electronic wonder currency shall effectively work for everybody. It promises to be just about as lovely as we can collectively imagine lovely being. What do you think?
I think it sounds wonderful. I'm going to struggle getting that into the papers.
I don't think so.
No, I think so. Listen, here's the thing, right? And here's the thing, because it's a great message, and who could really disagree with what is at the core of the message, which is love is the ultimate trip. But that doesn't sell papers. What sells papers is fear and hatred. Fear and hatred. That's what the Richard Dacre and Rupert Murdoch and all these people, that's what they want to sell, is fear and hatred. Not togetherness, not oneness with each other, not love for a fellow humankind.
But you're going to make it happen. You're the Wizard of Wonders.
I'm going to join you on the journey to a certain extent, but I do think that perhaps you are putting a little bit too much faith in my powers as to what I can achieve. Here's the thing. I was walking through a shopping centre today, a really big shopping centre. No one recognised me. It's worn off. That cloak of celebrity has been replaced with the cloak of invisibility again, and I love it.
No, you're going to become the most recognised person in the whole world.
Wow.
And I'm made to suppose that to be true, Ian. This is a truly mystical story that you're playing your predetermined part in, as far as I can see, and it's exciting.
It's exciting, George. Listen, go on.
And you had that as an exclusive, so
thank you.
So imagine.
Let's see. Just imagine. Thank you, brother. Nice to talk to you, George.
All the best.
Take care, man. Peace be with you, brother. 0344 499 1000. That stuff don't sell papers. It's funny they're not interested in me. I wonder if they will be interested when I start doing Iain Lee stuff. Which starts in a couple of weeks. It's going to be. It's like Matthew Wright stepped down apparently because he felt uncomfortable with what the producers were making him do. Isn't that interesting? Host who made his guests feel uncomfortable and causes them to leave. leaves because he's made to feel uncomfortable. Ah, well. I mean, well. Still, I'm looking forward to doing it. I'll still be doing this, but that's going to be the main thing. Let's go to Paul. Good evening, Paul.
Good evening, Ian. I'm in the Devon.
Jeez, this is a voice. This is a voice. Funnily enough, Paul, I was thinking about you one night last week. This is true. First time, absolutely true. First time in years. Paul, you used to call me about 12 years ago, right?
Yeah, up to about 10 years ago,
okay.
Yeah.
And because I was listening to, I was listening to Dotton on BBC London. And I like that show, but he gets about 6 or 7 callers. It's all the same people, and some of them really wind me up. Some of them are so rude, and how that man keeps his patience, God only knows. And one of them sounded a bit like you. And so for the first time in 8 or 9 years, you popped into my head. And I couldn't remember your name, but I remember you used to live on a barge.
That's right. I sold my houseboat.
Right, and you used to drive escorts around to their jobs. Yeah. You popped into my first time in 9 years. I thought, that bloke who used to live on a barge and drive escorts around. I wonder what happened to him.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now, do you know something, Ian?
Yep.
Life is a funny old thing.
Isn't it?
It's hilarious, you know. I sold my place in Ladbroke Grove because I was... I'd always worked for myself in the motorcycle industry. I fell on hard times and drove...
Have you fallen on the telephone? Because I can't hear you.
Oh, hang on.
There we go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Is that better?
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
Ah, good. Well, I fell on hard times, drove escorts, then I drove taxis where I drove you, and then I went back into the motorcycle.
Hang on a minute. You drove me?
Don't you remember? I picked you up from that, that fascist place you worked in Latimer Road.
LBC? I don't remember that. I don't remember you picking me up.
I drove you a few times, yeah.
It was a pleasure to meet you.
It was. It was fun.
Yeah.
And you even said to the woman with the donuts, do you remember anything about donuts?
Now you're talking a foreign language. I remembered the houseboat and the escorts. Come on, man. That's good for me. That's good memorising for me.
It's very good.
Yeah.
But you know what? I stopped running my own business afterwards when I was in the motorcycle industry for a quiet life to go into education and teach special needs kids.
Wow.
Do you know what? Within a year, I became a whistleblower. And that was the end of that.
Oh, I thought for a second, I thought you meant like Roger Whittaker, that you'd become a professional whistler. I thought, wow, that's following your dream.
I covered all this corruption in education. Blew the whistle, got it all in the newspaper.
Yes.
The head teacher resigned after being suspended on financial misappropriation.
Yes, Paul, get in there, Benthead.
Yeah. And it got it all in the newspaper and that. So anyway, I sold up, moved to the Devon.
Yeah.
And for the last 7 years, I've been a classic motorcycle broker, and I sell classic motorcycles for investment.
Okay, yeah.
And I have a great time. I'm having a lovely life down here near Dartmoor.
That's wonderful.
It's beautiful, but life is funny. But I went to work for someone else for a quiet life, and ended up in all that. It was insane.
Hang on a minute. The last bit got so high pitched, I missed what you said. You ended up working with someone you quite liked, and what?
No, I ended up trying to work for someone else for a quiet life.
Oh yes. Oh, for quite.
And then ended up in all the, blowing the whistle on corruption. Insane, isn't it?
Hey, listen, man, we're still alive. We've not died yet.
I know. I'm just a little bit older and a little bit chubbier.
Yeah. Well, I'm losing weight. I peaked at 16 stone 1 pound last week, and I've cut out the chocolate. I've cut out the bread and the pasta, and I'm eating frugally, and I'm walking. I've done about nearly 12,000 steps today. Hey, who was that in the background?
Oh, that's my lovely partner, Bridie. She's going, I want to hear it. I want to hear it because you were on speakerphone before.
Is Bridie a name?
Bridie is a name, yes.
I've never heard that name before. I thought
Bridie.
It was... Bridie. Yeah. Bridie. What's it short for?
Bridie. No, it's not short for anything.
What's it long for? Bridie is the name. Spell Bridie.
Bridie.
No, shut up, man.
For Bridget. Yeah, no, she's not a Bridget.
But was she christened a Bridget?
No, she was christened Bridie.
No, that's not a name. You're winding me up. This is you're playing the long con. This is the long con. Bridie is not a name.
I'm not.
Wow. That's well.
Do you want to know a long con that I did pull though?
Yeah, go on.
I, for a laugh, decided that there's a new sexual act. Don't worry, it's broadcastable.
Wowzers.
Called pigeoning.
Yes.
Right.
This is taking a turn.
That people who pigeon are pigeoneers.
Yeah.
So with some friends, we went on some fruity sites where people meet.
Yes.
And we started setting up pigeoning meets.
Yeah, I bet you did.
But you had to swear to secrecy.
Yeah.
And it all sort of went a bit viral on these sites where people were going on and trying to work out what it was.
Yeah.
But it didn't exist.
Do you remember when I used to say salute the Preve?
Yes.
Yeah, I remembered that today. Salute the Preve.
Oh, salute the Preve.
Well, hey, Paul, listen, I could chat all night, except I've got to do a radio show.
Oh, yes, we might bore people.
Mondays to Fridays, 10 till 1. It's the same old act I was doing 12 years ago. Nothing changes.
It's lovely, and I'm looking forward to calling in with some fun competitions.
Oh, God! Which bird lays the biggest egg?
Yes.
Thank you very much indeed. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Isn't that funny? It popped into my head the other night. Not heard that bloke for 8 or 9 years. Popped into my head. And then he phones me. Got to wonder, haven't you? 0344 499 1000. I have a dilemma for you guys. So I'm looking for a house. I might have found the house. That I'm gonna buy. Imagine, I might have found the house. It's in the middle of nowhere. Anyway, it's not get carried away with the deets, guys, because who knows who's listening. But I've got a real dilemma. The only thing that I don't like about this house, and it's a nice house, right? The only thing I don't like about it is the bathroom has a bidet. And I don't really know. I'm going to say it. I'm 45 next month. I've got no shame. I don't really know what a bidet for. Is it to clean my balls or my bum? Is it to clean fanny or anus? Honestly, that's not me being cute. Cute. Saying F and A on the radio. God, dear God, that's not cute. That's filth. Let me get a little post-it note and remind myself not to swear. Although I would say technically saying fanny is not swearing. We got any post-it notes? We'll get the post-it note team to find us some post-it notes and write that down. But what is it for? I know some of them have like a jet spray. This one doesn't have a jet spray. So are you supposed to? This is what I thought as a kid, that you just sat on it and you turn the tap on and. Well, now hang on a minute. Now I'm thinking I don't even know which way you face on it. Do you mount it? Do you mount a bidet? This is how I imagined it. You sat on it the same way as you'd sit on a toilet, with your back to the wall. But that doesn't make sense because there are taps there. So you must sit on it, you kind of crouch on it, facing the wall. You must sit on a bidet, facing the wall. Right, okay, that makes sense. And then I thought as a kid that you just ran the tap. But that doesn't make sense. Because maybe you have to fill it up with water. By the way, if you were to listen to LBC right now, this is what you'd be getting. You won't get this stuff anywhere else. Oh, hang on, there's an advert. I'll play the LBC in a minute, because they won't be discussing bidets. They won't be discussing bidets, for crying out loud. I've got no idea how to use it. Eventually, I'm going to get it, if I buy this place, who knows? I'm going to get it removed. I'm hoping I can get £25,000 off the asking price because of the bidet. Here's the Post-it Note team. Thanks, Post-it Note team. Appreciated that. Now, right, now we're in trouble. Now the Post-it note team have been in and gone. Can we get the monitor fixing team to come in? Because my monitor's gone off just because I knocked it. I don't know. Oh, I've turned it on. It's just the off button. That's all it was. So this is what they're doing on LBC.
Which has plummeted and the...
Adverts. It's almost like they've got sponsors. It's almost like people are interested in them talking to right-wing politicians. How the hell do I use a bidet? And has anyone ever actually... They were big in the 70s with the avocado bathrooms. A lot of people got bidets. A lot of people got bidets. But I don't know anyone that's ever used them. 0344 499 1000. Let's go to a kid doing a silly voice. It's his name is Yusuf. Good evening, Yusuf.
Oh. Hello, Mr. Iain Lee.
Yeah, hello. Is this a daft kid doing a silly voice?
No, it isn't.
Okay. How old are you, sir? You said up your bum, but you may have said F your mum, so we dumped it just in case. Terrible. We've had a lot of kids calling us tonight, but thanks for that. Let's go to Gareth. Good evening, Gareth.
Hello, Ian.
Hello, Gareth. How you doing?
Original.
Oh, hang on a minute. My computer's gone to cock. Yeah, go on. Hey, go on, Gareth. What you got?
Yeah. No, I went to the GP and anxiety.
Yep.
Good days and bad days. But I noticed the weight gain that I never had, and that's really knocked me. But it's not a bad thing either, because...
Say that again. You've noticed what before?
The weight gain that I hadn't had.
Oh, the weight gain. Yeah. The weight gain. Yeah. I've been there, brother.
Mind you, I'm from 8 stone and got up 2 stone, and I walk everywhere, so it's sort of like, where did it? But that's the only thing I can think of. I forgot to mention it to the GP, but it's like everything else. Like you have to work at it, and it's like
Well, the weight gain is. The weight gain, I put on about 2 stone when I went on the metazapine, and it got to me, man. It depressed me. But it depressed me in a different way to the depression that I felt when I wasn't on the pills. If you see what I mean, it wasn't as bleak and all-consuming.
There's a lot of new symptoms, like fear, like what I never had as well would have been. I used to do acting, so. Fear of crowds, that's a new thing. But that's sort of like, that was like a curveball, because the way I looked at it as jeepers, it just like, it affects me whenever it's like, when I least expect it. It's not like, I'm always preempting, expecting something, like that they come after something, some event, something like that there, and it never sort of. But then again, that's me trying to justify it, and I should just take a step back.
Yeah.
But I'm seeing a psychologist on May the 7th, so hopefully that goes well.
May the 7th be with you. No, hang on.
But I'm really enjoying the show. And
thanks, Gareth. Always nice to get a little update, mate. Hang in there, brother.
Thanks very much.
Thank you,
later,
mate.
bye.
Take care, fella. Bye-bye. There we go. One of life's warriors on the lonely journey that we call life. Can I let you into a secret? Today I'm loving life. I'm loving life. Imagine a nice session with my therapist. I've walked, say, about 11,000 steps. I'm having a great time. I've got this house I've got my eye on. Looks like, I might be able to get a mortgage. Imagine me with a mortgage on my own. Who'd have thunk it? I'm having a great time. 0344 499 1000. Jules, stay there. Come to you after this.
The radio show where the owls are not what they seem.
Do you or have you ever watched Twin Peaks?
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
We could be dreaming and meeting each other in our dreams.
On Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Good evening, Adam. Oh.
Hello.
Hello, Adam.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
It's going quite well. I just wanted to ask you a question about the Star Wars.
Yeah, go on.
Have you seen the newest one?
Which one is that? The Last Jedi?
Yes.
Yeah, it's boring.
Oh.
Oh, did you like it?
Yeah.
I thought it was boring. It went on for too long. I thought Luke Skywalker was too silly. I thought it was dull.
Well, I was going to say, do you have a favourite character from Star Wars? All of them.
Out of all of the Star Wars?
Yes.
I would have to say the wonderful, he always gets me laughing every time he comes on screen, the wonderful Jar Jar Binks.
Oh, heck yeah.
He's good, huh?
Yeah, I like the Obi-Wan Kenobi. I like him. He's
Obi-Wan Kenobi, I like him. And my favourite is Darth Vader, though. I love Darth Vader.
Yeah, he's cool as well.
Have you done this Star Wars VR thing?
No.
Oh, man, it's wicked. It's brilliant. You should go and do it.
What is the VR thing?
Well, do you know what VR is?
Yeah.
Right, we're broadcasting in VR right now. If people are wearing their helmets, they'll be able to see us in VR. But it's that, and you walk around this place with like some other people, and you look down, and you're dressed up as stormtroopers, and then you've got to go and fight loads of real stormtroopers. Oh, it's brilliant, man. It's brilliant.
Well, it sounds cool. Do you get to use a lightsaber?
Don't get lightsabers. It's guns only, I'm afraid. Hey, do you play Fortnite?
Yeah, I like Fortnite.
Right.
It's really cool.
So why is everyone banging on about Fortnite today? What's happened today on Fortnite?
The new season has come out, so there's loads of new stuff.
Oh man, that word really has. That's an American word that really has infiltrated our language. But so have they changed? Have they changed the island upon which Fortnite is fought?
Yes. Part of it got bombed.
Oh, flipping heck! Did you get to see it get bombed?
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Some people thought that it was going to be the big buildings that'll get bombed. But when I went on today, I went to a place called Dusty Depot.
Yeah.
And I saw some Arabs wearing some vests, and they exploded it.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Catherine, listen to this. You're telling me that in Fortnite, the game I let my children play, you went to the Dusty Depot and you saw some Arabs in vests and they blew it up?
Yeah.
In Fortnite?
Yeah.
That's it. When you say vests, do you mean like white vests?
No, like the Boom Boom ones.
The Boom Boom ones. Wow. In Fortnite, I'm gonna say it. All right, even though you're a young man, in Fortnite they were wearing the Boom Boom vests.
Yeah.
Wow, Arabs. Wow. If anybody can get us out of this slightly racial quagmire, 0344 499 1000. Because I don't know. I don't know if they would necessarily. Well,
my friend said that it was. My friend said that they called ISIS or something that went on.
Wow, I think.
don't know if he was just trying to be funny.
I think maybe we're being pranked by your teenage friend. Yeah. Did you see it happen?
Yeah, I went on, and then there was a big thing that came down from the sky. I think it was a plane, and then it hit it.
Wow. And how do you know they were Arabs?
Because who else bombs things?
Right. Oh, Adam. Wow. Okay. Right. We can intervene. At this stage. Adam, man, listen. I know you're only young. Is that genuine? And I'm not having a go. Is that genuinely what you think? That only Arabs bomb things?
Yeah.
No, you're doing a joke. Come on, man. You are doing a joke. Come on, you're doing a joke because I can hear the laugh in your voice, and that's a mean joke to do. It's.
I'm not joking. I just want to talk about games.
Yeah, Adam. Listen, right. I tell you what, Adam. Because I'm a nice guy, I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, right? And it's a big slice of benefit pie. Sorry?
I'm on benefits. I like benefits.
Right. Okay. So you're a little shit. Right. The benefit is removed from you. Adam, it says you're 14. I suspect you might be a little bit younger. Dude, what you're saying, it might sound funny to you and your friends, but actually it's really hurtful, and it's really divisive, and it's really mean, and it's also racism, right? And here's the thing. When I was your age, I used to make racist jokes, right? I'll say it. I'm ashamed of it. When I was your age, I used to make quite racist jokes, and I used to use quite racial language, right? Not proud of it at all. It's one of my biggest shames, right? And I have changed, and I've changed because I've seen the harm that racism can do. And I know you're not going to hear what I'm saying tonight, but I'm really hoping that maybe in a year or 5 years or 10 years or 20 years, that just this will, what I've said to you will be planted into the back of your head, and it might resonate, and it might have some sort of impact. What you're saying, Adam, and what your friends are saying is really mean, and is really offensive, and is really unpleasant, and is really hurtful. And this show is not about hurting people, right? And it could be argued what you said is possibly a hate crime. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. But Adam, listen, go away. Go and have a think about what you said. Go and have a laugh about what you said, because you will. You and your mates will have a laugh, and that's fine, because that's what teenage boys do. But you can do better than that, young man. You can do better than that. I know you can. I don't know about your friends. I don't know, because I've not spoken to them. I've not heard their voices. But you can do a lot better than that, man. Really, you can. Because what you said was thoroughly unpleasant, and I apologise to anyone who was offended by what Adam had to say, and it was racist, and it was horrible, and I shouldn't have let it go out, and I should have jumped in a bit sooner and realised we were being pranked by a teenage kid. So genuinely, really sorry to anyone who's offended by that, and peace and love, man. Thanks for the call, Adam. Let's go to Katie. Good evening, Katie.
Wow, hi.
Hi, Katie. How are you going to follow a racist? He's not. I don't think he's necessarily racist.
No idea. You dealt with that very well.
Yeah, I shouldn't have let it go out. I should maybe have hit the dump button a bit sooner. But it's fine.
I was thinking, what would I do if I was in your position? And I wasn't quite sure if he was genuine or not. Yeah. But yeah,
that's a shame. That's a shame. It's a really bad joke that is hurtful to people, and that's not what this is about. Anyway,
he won't realise. Anyway,
yes.
Okay. On a completely different note, Ian, I'm ringing up about a B-Day.
Oh yeah, here we go.
I have been very down tonight. In fact, all day.
Yeah.
Had a really horrible day. Feeling very sorry for myself. And then you cheered me up, and I thought, you know what?
I've got one just to let you know, Katie. While you're talking, there's a build-up of wax in my left ear.
Okay.
And I've got my finger in my left ear, and I'm giving it a really good. Wriggle around, just trying to loosen it, and that feels a lot better. There we go.
Good. Okay.
Thank you.
So I was feeling sad, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to be even sadder. I'm going to check it out on the internet.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. That's how sad I am. And this is what it says.
Oh, here we go. You Googled bidet usage. Fantastic. Right.
Bidet, because I've thought this as well. So it goes, plumbing fixture or type of sink intended for washing the genitalia.
Here we go.
Perineum.
Yep.
Inner buttocks and or anus.
Hey!
And then
imagine the state of that water. Yes.
Straddle or sit.
Yeah.
So there you go. You can straddle on it or sit on it. It's entirely up to you.
Okay. It just... Why would you... I have never, right, in all of my years, I've never felt the need to clean just my balls and my bumhole. I've never felt that. It's never been so unpleasant down there. I've gone, do you know what? I forget everything. I forget a shower. I'm just working on these bad boys. I'm giving these guys the attention that they don't always get. I've never felt that.
No, it's not I remember the 80s. If I went to some friends' houses and they were, they're quite well off, they always had a bidet.
Didn't they? Didn't they just?
I put my feet in it. I wasn't quite sure what to do with it.
Well, I bet some people do clean their feet. I bet some people clean their smalls in them as well.
I'm sure they do. But, yeah, buy the house. You sound pretty happy about the house generally without the bidder.
Yes.
Go with
I
it.
think I'm seeing it again later in the week.
Mm-hmm.
I'm talking to a man who can get me a mortgage.
Mm-hmm.
I might be buying a house, Katie.
That's so grown up, Ian.
It's so grown up. A house on my own?
Wow.
What the heck?
I know, that's a bit crazy.
It's a little bit crazy, fingers crossed.
Well, enjoy.
Don't do a John Belushi in there. I won't do a John Belushi. Katie, thank you very much. Cheers for that.
All right, hun, bye.
Ta-ta, bye-bye. Let's go to Jules. Evening, Jules.
Hello, mate.
Hello, Jules. What you got for us?
It's Kathleen, yeah?
She's answering the calls.
At the moment, okay, then. No,
Here's another one. Let me just stop for a second, right?
What?
Here's another one. Are you getting emails from everything you're registered to? Saying saying we're updating our user privacy notice. I've just had one from eBay just now. I had one from Twitter earlier. I've had YouTube. I've had Google. I've had Facebook, obviously. I've had everything that I've ever registered with. I'm getting all of these emails saying we're updating. All in the last 10 days. We're updating our user privacy notice. This is all of them.
No, I don't look at my emails. I mean, sorry, I've got 71,106 emails that I haven't read, and I just don't read them.
How many emails have you got that you haven't read?
71,106 at the moment.
That would drive me absolutely.
I just don't delete anything. I don't look at them. I don't delete them.
What do you mean you don't? Catherine was on the wrong screen.
I look at the ones that I want to do. Otherwise, I just look at them. I'd never delete any of them.
Wow, man, that makes me feel so uncomfortable.
Why?
Oh God! When I look down at my phone, I've got 5 emails I've not opened because it's. I don't want to deal with them yet. It's video clips I've asked people to send me a month ago, and it's for a show we're doing in June. And if I open them, then they get lost in the inbox, and so I've just got them. I've not opened them, and they're there. And they've not opened them for about a month. And that makes me uncomfortable, looking down to my phone and seeing 5 emails.
Yeah, see, I don't give a shit about it. Nothing concerns me.
What's your language?
Did I swear?
We dropped an S-bomb.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But anyway, what I was going to say is that it's going back to racism, basically.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm not racist one single bit, but this little bit what happened, right?
Yeah,
was I've got my 2 kids, which are 11 and 13.
Yeah.
I've got my girlfriend with me.
Yeah.
And her daughter, who's now 18 today.
Happy birthday.
And we were watching some crappy film which they wanted to watch, and it was about this girl, she couldn't make friends or anything like that, and she was at school, and also she looked at this Asian kid, and I turned around and went, as she looked at her, I went, hello, and they pissed themselves with laughter.
Okay.
And I'm thinking, was I really out of order or not?
Yeah.
For saying that?
Yeah.
I was.
I think so, yeah.
Am I sort of like being a bad dad and shit?
Just watch your language, man. Come on now.
Sorry.
It's the third one, right? One more and I'm going to have to let you go.
Sorry, am I being a bad dad? Because my girlfriend just thought, well, yeah, okay, it's all right, sort of thing. But they just all like really laughed.
Yeah. If I went to my kids and did a funny, chalky voice, they'd laugh because it's Daddy doing a funny voice. But they wouldn't get the connotation and the implied racism.
Right.
So I think that we as parents should be setting my kid a couple of years ago, right? My youngest said, I don't like this kid in my class. I said, why don't you like him? He said, because he's black, right? And he doesn't mean it anyway. And I had a real sharp intake of breath from me. I thought, right, this is a big one. Let's nip this in the bud. And I had to sit down with him and explain to him, we live in a very white area. I had to explain to him that people look different and people sound different, but inside we're all the same, and we had this chat. And I also, when my wife had a word with the teacher and said, just to let you know, this has been said. Maybe it's worth keeping an eye on it or flag it. And then I kind of, over the next few weeks, I made a point of, if we all watching programmes with people of different ethnicities in, just very gently nudging the conversation, not being over, what do you think of that black guy? What do you think of that child? Very going, hey, look at that guy's good, and he's doing, just all of that. And that's kind of our job. And are you a bad dad? No, you're not a bad dad, because you phoned up to ask about it. So that's something. But, I think when I was young, my dad in particular, it went quite early on, but he said a few racist things, and it stuck with me, because I thought, that's my dad, and I want to be like my dad, so I adopted some of his language. My dad wasn't racist in the end. He just, our kids pick up what, we pass down ourselves to our kids.
Yeah, a lot of it we do, yeah, definitely. It was just an opposite thing. It just came out from the thing, Yeah,
well, but you can keep a check on it. I know, I can see the time. I can see it's not live, is it? No, it's pre-recorded news. Yeah, we got the time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you how to be a dad, but I would, I would
curb that.
If someone did that, if my kids had been there, I'd have taken you aside and said, "Hey, come on, mate, that's out of order. That's out of order."
Yeah, I thought it was.
Hey, but then there you go. You're halfway there. You're over halfway there. You're a great dad because you're a great dad because you've done something and you've had a little think about it and you're questioning whether it's appropriate and you're talking to other people about it to try and get some sort of consensus. You're doing some great dadding.
One other thing though as well.
Yeah, go on. Quick, 'cause I'm late for the news.
All right, my boy's playing, was it not Far Cry? What's it called? That new
Fortnite.
The one you said before. Yeah, Fortnite.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend heard him swearing upstairs. He's 11.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear it, but then I was on the toilet downstairs and all of a sudden heard it.
Okay.
And he's doing the F-bomb.
Detail. Yes.
And then he done like a thing like I thought he's lost. So I went up there and said, look, it's not acceptable for you to like be swearing playing the game.
Yes.
But even so, if you lose, don't get even worse. And he went, no, Dad, I actually won. I basically caned him. And I was like, well, just
give him a slap.
Just stop doing the swearing. No, I just said, well, if you're doing it, just stop swearing.
Yeah, well, Jules, listen, I've got to go because I'm so late for the news. Thank you for that, mate. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
Get an earful of unusual nocturnal emissions with radio's Lord of Misrule, Iain Lee. No relation, thank God.
Unfiltered Night Talk with the original king of unconventional conversation.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000. Catherine Boyle joins me.
Yes, I do.
Hot off the press.
Yeah.
How did you find the Star Wars?
I was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. I got a bit nervous at the beginning because I'm only a junior gamer really, and
you spent all day playing Tomb Raider.
I did. No, I spent 40 minutes playing Tomb Raider, and it was brilliant.
Here's the thing. We went with my 13-year-old nephew, and there's a bit where you're walking around and you haven't got any weapons, and you walk into a room and there's guns. And so he got a gun, and this is broken Britain. This is the streets. This was on the streets of London. He got a gun, and he turned around. He started shooting us straight away. Bang, 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 bang. Straight away, he's shooting us. What are you doing?
And then there were bits where I was, the stormtroopers are coming thick and fast at some point, and there's like one after another. There's two layers of them.
Relentless.
And I was thinking, who's shooting me in the back? It was him again.
It was. I did shoot you a few times as well.
Well, thankfully, it was one of those games where you can't die.
What was amazing as well was because you weren't wearing gloves. I put my hands up in front of me, and I was sticking a finger up on this hand and two fingers up on that, and it came up on the VR.
Yeah, it did.
Wonderful times. 0344 499-1000, the late night alternative. You can call in about absolutely anything you want. That's the way it works. We've talked about B-Days, Star Wars, Fortnite. Oh, I don't want to dwell on this too much, but you know everyone's having a pop at the boss of Sainsbury's.
For singing.
For singing We're in the Money, right? I don't get it. So the boss of Sainsbury's and Asda Emerging is worth about £12 billion, I think. And the boss of Sainsbury's was sat in a TV studio, a remote studio, on his own, waiting to go live on the news. I don't know what show it was. And so he's there, and there's a camera on you, but you're not on air for a few minutes. And he started singing, We're in the money, we're in the money. And there's now like a massive furore about it. Backlash.
Yeah.
I don't see what the problem is.
Well, like in January, they had loads of job losses in Asda.
Yep, but that's terrible. He's the boss of Sainsbury's.
Yeah, but still, it's a bit...
Yeah, no, I don't think it is, though, because he could have been singing anything, and I don't think you can have a go at him just because he was singing We're in the Money. It's not as if he was like, he got a £5 note out and was knocking one out over it. He's just going, maybe someone had said, maybe the cab driver had said it on the way in, You're in the money, eh, boss? And that little earworm had landed in there. I don't think in any way it could be interpreted as two fingers. Is my computer on? Okay, keep it on. There we go. I don't think it could be interpreted in any way as a two fingers up to the people that the sad individuals that will lose their jobs in this. People will lose their jobs. Oh, no, we don't lose. No one's going to lose their job in the shops. Yeah, right. What about all the backroom stuff?
I was just looking at this. I just googled Sainsbury's redundancies.
Yeah.
And in January this year, they were talking about many of the staff affected are expected to offer redundancy rather than accept a lower paid job.
Oh, for goodness sakes! All right, that's right. That's terrible. They've lost their jobs. Of course it is. Of course it is. Right. But the fella's involved in a £12 billion deal. Yeah. He can't sing We're in the Money. If I was him, I'd be at home going, if I were a rich man in Italy. I'd be doing all that. And then when I'd finished and, whoever was sad enough to be stuck in my house with me, it would be a hostage situation. I forgot to say about that. I've got a hostage in this new house.
So I object to that.
Right. As you should do because it's you. You're tied up with a gun at your head. And then just when you think it had died down, money, money, money. And you go, stop doing it. I've just done a deal for £12 billion.
People are never going to like hearing from a rich bloke getting richer and being jammy about it.
But hang on. Why not?
Because people are jealous.
No, but exactly. But that's what capitalism is. Mm-hmm. Capitalism is people getting richer. That's the ethos of capitalism is everyone can do better and get richer. The way capitalism actually works is everybody stays at the best. They stay flat. Quite often they go down, and the rich people get richer. That's how capitalism works. It's the system that this whole thing is based on. This whole society is based on. So this guy, he was singing a silly song. I've not seen the clip. I don't suppose he was doing a full-on Broadway.
No, there were no jazz
thing.
hands.
He's just. I've been in those situations where you sat there. How long have we got? 5 minutes. Okay. You start singing.
What do you sing?
I sing gangster rap, and it's quite racially offensive, actually. So
you should pack that in.
No, I know. But I mean, it's a real weak thing to try and pin him on. I mean,
but that's what the press is all about at the moment, isn't it? Gotcha.
God, poor bloke
Well,
who's £12 billion. It's jealousy. That's all it is.
He's got loads of banknotes to cry into.
Yeah, exactly. Let's go to Morgan. Good evening, Morgan.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, 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 Morgan.
I haven't spoken to you in a while. How you been?
I've been disappointed not to hear from you, mate.
Oh, yeah, to be fair, I've been really busy with work and having to do everything.
You don't have to make excuses, Morgan. You've got a life.
I've been busy with work and having to do everything?
Yeah.
Everything?
Yeah, it's the way my day works out is I wake up at 6:30.
I don't care about your day. I think, Morgan, I've got nits for the first time in my life.
You've got nits?
I think so, yeah.
No, I don't think you have.
My kid... Well, you look... Only because you look, but you didn't know how to look for nits.
You've got itchy head, that's all.
Well, how do you get a itchy head?
You should get one of them combs.
Well...
That I go through it and take it all out.
I'm tempted to go to Superdrug tomorrow and buy some nit shampoo.
Brilliant, love that.
What do you love it for?
I don't know, it's just I haven't seen nits since I was in primary school, but still.
Right, but
I don't think I've ever seen nits.
Have you? I've seen nits, because my boys get them all the time. It's constantly going around their school. Have you ever had nits, Morgan?
Yeah.
Right,
yeah,
there you go. Right, you say, of course, I've never had it. Well, the nit nurse used to come. Don't get nit nurses anymore, because thanks to the Tory fascist government, I don't know if that's the reason, but the nit nurse used to come round, old lady in a white coat, and she'd look at your head. Everyone have to queue up in the hallway.
Nitty Nora the Bug Explorer.
No, we didn't have nicknames for her. But it was a joy. I was always disappointed because I never had nits, and one kid would have them and get special shampoo, and my kids always seem to have them. By the way, how's your head right now at home, dear listener?
I'm
itchy. But I think I've got, and I was out with my boys on Friday night, and my youngest was very tired, and he was kind of snuggling up with me. We were at this concert, and he's scratching his head. He said, "Daddy, I've got nits." Jeez. Because we'd had some quite close head contact during a wrestling match earlier that day. And I was thinking, maybe... And I think I've got nits for the first time. I've lost my nit virginity.
Well, just before, make sure you haven't got a dry scalp, because sometimes that gets misplaced for nits.
Hang on a minute. It's that new shampoo you gave me. Right.
Or it's your dry scalp that you've had a problem with for months.
No, I've not had a problem with dry scalp for months. I've had a problem with dandruff. No. Here's the thing, Morgan. Let's get into this, right? I've been using Head and Shoulders for 30 years, right?
Yeah.
And then I've had terrible dandruff. I had beard dandruff when I had a beard. Terrible dandruff. So I thought, I'm going to change this up. And then I saw an advert for Head and Shoulders, right? And on the advert it says, regular use will lead to dandruff visible from 5 feet.
No.
What do you mean, no?
Yeah.
No, regular use will lead to elimination of dandruff.
No, I've told you this.
You're kidding me.
I told you this. This was the warning they put up.
No.
Regular use. Yeah, because you're not...
5 feet, so what, you've got a big...
Why are you being all surprised? We've had this conversation.
Well, I wasn't listening properly.
We've had this bloody conversation. Honestly, because you're not supposed to... I did some research. You're not supposed to use Head and Shoulders for a prolonged period of time because it's such a strong shampoo. If regular use will lead to dandruff visible from 5 feet. Right?
Yeah.
So then Catherine's got me this new shampoo. That's mild shampoo.
No.
What?
Removes 100% of of flakes with regular use, it says.
Right.
But then they got done for that.
Right. Exactly, they got done for that. Right. On it, I swear, we have had this conversation.
You can't. How big would it have to be able to see it from 5 feet away?
That's what you said before. That's what you said. Be quiet, Morgan. That is what you said before. It's what you said. We've had this conversation.
No, right. Here we go. Pay attention.
Pay attention to what?
This. So.
No, don't read me.
I'm reading it to you.
No, don't.
You've got the wrong end of the stick. You've got the wrong end of the stick, and you're getting your knickers in the twist. You're going to be embarrassed.
So hang on. You're telling me that the advert actually says regular use will lead to lead to the removal of dandruff from up to 5 feet. That doesn't even mean anything.
It will. Right. Head and Shoulders anti-dandruff shampoo, smooth and silky, limited design edition, or whatever. Richly indulgent anti-dandruff shampoo, expertly formulated to moisturise your scalp and give you 100% flake-free. Then there's brackets, meaning we're talking about visible flakes from 2 feet with regular use.
Yeah, right. If you, right, and what happens if you keep using it?
Hair with regular use.
No. Head and Shoulders, overuse. Google it. Right? Why would they put it in tiny, tiny letters on the advert? Can someone on Twitter now, and I've been off Twitter, but I will use Twitter now because I'm getting really angry because we've had this.
You've got it wrong.
We've had this conversation. Can someone get me the screen grab of the end of the Head and Shoulders advert where this comes up in tiny, tiny, tiny writing. Regular use will lead to dandruff visible from 5 feet away.
No.
God, you're furious. I'm furious because A, we've had this conversation before and it didn't go on this long and you weren't this dumb in it. And B, you're telling me I don't know how to use an advert.
Yeah, I am.
Morgan, what have you called in for, mate?
Just quickly, because I listened to that, is it Adam? That young kid when he called in.
Well, all right, go on quickly, but I don't want to dwell on that too much.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to dwell. I want to make sure the parents know nothing like that actually happened. What actually happened in the game was meet or hit the floor.
Yeah.
And just basically.
What did he say? Sucks. I thought you. I did just hit the dump button on you, Morgan. I'm so hypersensitive. I thought you said the F-bomb.
I don't swear that. All right.
Okay. No. Okay. Good lad.
The thing that's horrible is for people his age, that's all they know. Because when they hear about terrorism, it goes straight to either that type of scenario, if that makes sense, where they don't know about the IRA, they don't know about all these other situations where it's actually happened. So I feel like if it's anyone's fault, it's the news and the propaganda that's going about around it. So just keep that message.
All right. Well, I don't know if it's. I don't think that phone call was the news. I think it was him trying to be funny and thinking that racism is funny. That's what that was. Anyway, Morgan, nice one, man. Thanks for clearing that up. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. I need someone to get a screen grab of the end of the Head and Shoulders advert. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, this is going to be one of. I've had some pretty sweet victories in my life. Some really sweet victories. Coming third in I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here.
Oh, was that you?
Yeah, it was, but this is gonna be that all the way when Catherine Boyle is destroyed because someone shows her the disclaimer at the end of the end of the Head and Shoulders advert in tiny, tiny little letters. Tiny little letters that are really
Are they visible from 5 feet?
You're gonna make your jokes now. As Han Solo says in the Star Wars movies, laugh it up, fuzzball, because you are going to be eating humble pie. 0344 499 1000. Let's destroy Catherine.
Kick off your slippers. Don't go to bed. The party is just starting. You can sleep when you're dead. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Desperate.
I'm not desperate. I'm putting the telly on a commercial station. We're going to wait for... Here we go. Right, here come the adverts. Advert for Dove. Right, here we go. That's the end of the adverts.
Okay.
You wait, mate. You wait.
Oh, I can wait.
Yeah, you wait. You are going to get absolutely leathered. I don't know what that means. That means drunk, doesn't it? I take that back. That's
no,
Catherine
probably
will not
true.
be getting leathered
No, I
at work.
probably will.
No, right. So, Dave... You're going to be blocked. No, it's not. Right, you're blocked. Leanne McDonald, unfollow me, please. You look like a nice young lady. Yeah. I don't want to block you, but unfollow me. Let's go to Glynn. Good evening, Glynn. Oh, geez, Glynn.
Good evening, Dean. How are you?
Take me off speakerphone, buddy.
Hello. How are you? Sorry, you were on speakerphone while I was waiting.
Okay.
Can I please give you a compliment and praise for the way you handled that young man?
I don't want to talk about that. Let's move on.
Well, I'd like to talk about a B-Day then.
There we go.
You're moving to a posh house, aren't you?
Yeah, very posh.
Well, when I was fortunate enough to be in a posh house or a posh hotel, I used the B-Day as a water fountain or occasionally to wash the dog in.
Yeah.
Water fountain? What, you drank out of it?
Yes.
Oh, Glynn.
Oh, Cass.
You drank bum water.
Sorry?
You like a little bit of bum juice?
No.
Bit of ball juice?
I had a poo on the one next to it, and got a bit thirsty. Put the BD on and had a drink.
Come on, man. Who writes this material? You need to get a better script writer. Come on, Glynn.
What do you mean I need to get a better script writer?
You do. What do you mean? What do you mean? You ought to get a better script writer?
You taught me that.
You taught me what?
To get a better script writer.
To get a better script writer, what?
Ian, please.
Glynn, what?
Please, I admire you tonight for the way.
I don't want to talk about that.
It's some of the best radio I've heard in a long time.
I'm brilliant.
The way you handled that young lad.
Yep.
That's the real reason why I wanted to ring up. Because
I know, but Glynn. I've asked you twice. And now I'm telling you, I don't want to talk about that. Here's a little thing. Let me give you a little thing about broadcasting. When something happens that could be perceived as particularly offensive, what you do is you don't keep referring back to that thing. Because if you keep referring back to that thing, that's what can get you in trouble with the broadcasting regulations.
Yeah, but I don't think you take praise very well.
No, this has got nothing to do with praise, okay? What was said was racist, and perhaps I should have stopped it a bit earlier, but I managed to I think I stopped it, and I berated the young person, and I apologised, and I moved on. If we keep referring back to that thing, as we now have just done, right, we won't get an Ofcom for what happened at 10 to 11, although someone will complain. But if we keep referring back to it, that increases the chance that a complaint against us might be upheld. So thank you for what you were going to say, but I'm telling you, we're not talking about it.
I'm beginning to like you, you know. I'm beginning to admire you.
Thanks for calling, Glynn.
Bye-bye.
Let's go to, because I can't stand you. That's mean. Oh, what was that, Sally? You all right? You having a good time?
I'm sorry.
So a lot of people do a lot of different things while they're waiting to.
Are you on the B-day?
Oh.
No, sorry. I didn't. Sorry. Anyway.
Yep.
Let's move on, shall we?
Yep.
Again. Right. My nan was a celebrity hairdresser.
Yeah.
You have to change your shampoo every 4 to 6 weeks. Okay?
Yeah, but that's not.
There we go.
No, that's not.
Sally,
that's
speak
not
up my
evidence.
language. What's when you say your nan's a celebrity hairdresser?
Well, she's dead now, but yeah.
Oh,
anyway, yeah.
God, the curse of the celebrity hairdresser strikes again. What's the most famous head she's ever run her fingers through?
Elizabeth Taylor, Princess Margaret, Terence Stamp, Rosanna Brazzi.
Who?
The Churchills. Rosanna Brazzi.
Ivana Brazzi.
Rosanna Brazzi.
Oh, Rosanna Brazzi. I thought you said Ivana Brazzi. Oh,
No.
Rosanna Brazzi. Of course. Everyone knows Rosanna Brazzi.
All right. The Churchills. Yeah.
Well, Winston didn't have any hair, did he?
Well, the wife and the daughter, I think.
Okay.
Anyway.
Can't stop watching. Can you turn the telly off now? Because I can't stop watching it. Can't stop watching. When there's a telly on.
Am I boring you?
No. It's that thing of when you go to the pub with your mates and there's a telly on and you can see everyone's eyes are drawn to the telly. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 TVs in this studio, right? That show television programs. And everyone always has them on for their shows because of breaking news. Although when we came in, Ash had it on one of the adult channels. That's a true story.
It's true.
But everyone has it on.
But not a sexy one.
Everyone has it on for breaking news. And I just think if a bomb goes off or if someone gets shot, Kath will know. I'll see it on Twitter before I see it on the.
Yeah.
So I come in and we turn all the TVs off because I'm old fashioned. This is a radio show. This is a radio show.
Oh dear. Nits.
Yeah.
Mayonnaise or get a cheap conditioner and go through it with a nick comb.
I'm not going to put mayonnaise.
All right, well then, cheap
my head.
conditioner.
Why?
It slides out. It's
Why?
true.
Well, no. Why don't I just buy knit shampoo?
Because they don't necessarily work on the eggs, and you've got to keep repeating it. So you might as well just buy cheap conditioner because that does exactly the same thing.
Here's the thing: if I were, I've got money. I don't mind buying the proper stuff. Part of it's placebo.
Right,
Part of it is a placebo. If I shaved my head,
yeah, that would get rid of them.
Would it? It would, wouldn't it? Because they've got nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide.
No, that's what I used to do with my son if he got them.
Oh, God.
But my daughter has got really thick curly hair.
Yeah.
So when she got them, I used to just get a really smart price, cheap conditioner and do her hair every night
well,
for
like
about
I say,
4 or 5 days.
I'm big in the. I'm the new host of
Yeah, all
the
right.
Matthew Wright stuff.
Yeah,
so
congratulations.
thank you very much indeed. So I can afford the proper. I can afford the primo, the Rolls Royce of knit.
Well, go to a hairdresser.
But if you use it too often, will you get knits that are visible 5 feet away?
You're laughing at? Are you Sally? That's great. Great laughter. Great to hear everyone is having a great time, even though you're all idiots. 0344 499 1000. Here's the thing, right? I like this story because I don't see what the problem is. A sick reveller wore a fancy dress costume mocking evil Karen Matthews at a Ginger Icons theme night in Magaluf. The man is pictured wearing a wig and a T-shirt bearing a picture of Shannon, who was used in a fake kidnap plot by Mum Karen. So remember Karen Matthews? When was that? 8 years ago? 10 years ago? It was around the same time as the McCanns, a little bit after Madeleine McCann went missing, and this Karen Matthews thought, oh, kids going missing, there's a few quid in that. So she kidnapped her own daughter, didn't she? And she stayed with an uncle, but was found slightly drugged under a bed.
Mm.
Horrible story, poor little girl. And so this fella has dressed up as Karen Matthews, and
Bearing in mind, it's Magaluf, so it's not like he's going into a mixed environment. It's the cheesy, tasteless capital of the world, Magaluf.
So
there'll be people wandering around with really obscene things on T-shirts as a matter of course.
He's got an orange wig on, and he's wearing the T-shirt that the mum wore, which says, white T-shirt, black writing, "Have you seen Shannon Matthews?" and a picture of Shannon under the thing. The costume shocked Twitter users. Oh, God. When the image went viral, with one saying, "This is too much," another writing, "Oh, my God!"
Which, of course, is precisely the reaction he's going for.
I'm trying to think. I think it's quite funny.
I think if it hadn't got a picture of her on it...
Yep, that's what's causing me to hesitate.
That's what I don't like, her being involved in
That's
it.
what's causing me to hesitate.
That poor kid's got a new life somewhere, hasn't she?
It's an exact replica of the T-shirt. So it's got and that's the thing that made me hesitate. If it didn't have her picture on, I'd think that was very funny.
It's taking the mickey out of the mum, not Shannon.
The mum's in trouble again, isn't she?
Is she?
Well, I read a story, I don't know, I read a story the other day that she's been accused of taking food that's meant to be for charity and selling it. Now, this was in the paper.
Right, OK, so this is The Sun, and it says, evil Karen, caged in 2008 for faking her daughter Shannon's kidnapping, reportedly picks up unused grub from Pret-a-Manger store on the understanding that she takes it to a soup kitchen. I mean, the use of reportedly.
Yeah, I mean, that was a crazy old story. But I don't, in the great scheme of things, this guy doing that, I wouldn't go out doing it. But I don't really think it's.
I think maybe, like you say, having a picture of her is a bit much.
Having a picture is a little bit much. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Let's just enjoy the silence for a moment, shall we?
Oh, stop scratching.
I've got nits. Where do we go for the last half of the show? Where do we go for the last half of the show? Calls are dried up, which is fine. Just wondering what we should do. I feel we should do something. I don't think it's going to be a groundbreaking show tonight. I don't think we're going to do anything outrageously original.
Do we just sit quiet and see what pops up?
No, I feel we've got to do something.
Stop scratching.
I can't stop scratching. I've got a really itchy head, mate. It's really itchy. Cannot stop scratching. Anyway, no. We'll go through the papers, and we'll see what comes up. Before we do that, we'll speak to Alistair. Good evening, Alistair.
Hi, Ian. How are you?
Good, thank you.
You know what you said about your house?
Yes.
That you were thinking of buying,
Yeah.
and you know you said it was in the middle of nowhere.
Yes.
Have you checked out the internet position?
Couldn't care less.
Well, if you haven't got into that because you like gaming.
Well, I'll be all right. I'll just play. I won't play online.
Oh, okay.
I couldn't care less. Couldn't care. And I'm not going to not buy my dream house because of the internet. I'm not. This is what. The more I think about this, Alistair, and I've been talking about this a lot on the show this week, and I'm getting somewhere. I'm saying this because an idea is formulating. The internet is more bad than good.
Probably right.
It does more harm. I was talking to my therapist today, right? My therapist is brilliant. And we were talking about, hello? The number of young people. Here we go. I'm going to say something that's really unpleasant. This is a really unpleasant thing, but this is a fact, right? The incidences in young women of anal bleeding is increased, beyond compare. Why? Because kids, young people, are watching the hardest pornography available. That's in every hole. That is anal. So the aggressive anal sex is seen as the norm now. The normal vaginal sex is like. Why would anyone do that, guys? When we should be all tied up and hanging from the rafters and pushing it in every which way we can. Kids' perception, by kids I mean teenagers and younger, unfortunately, and people in their 20s. Perception of sex is almost entirely now from the hardest pornography available, right? When I was a kid, pornography, you got a copy of Mayfair, a copy of Razzle. I saw we saw a couple of German magazines when I was about 15 that were just like horrendous. And I remember seeing a porno when I was 15 and it was like, oh God, this is horrible. I didn't think that a couple of years later, but 14, I think I saw it. I was like, oh God, this is horrible. But even then, a hardcore porn film, 30 years ago was considerably tamer than what I could dial up on my phone now. You go to Pornhub or all of the Hamster, all of these sites. You type in anything, and it comes up, and it's boom, 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 and it's like 2-minute little sections. And
I'll tell you what else there is that's a problem, is a lot of that stuff now is sort of amateur as well. It's not produced to look glamorous or anything like that. It is as rough as you like, I was about to say, and it's been done casually.
And here's the thing, right? I worry about the impact it's going to have on my boys, and about how they're going to perceive women or men, which way they go. Let's say women, let's follow the heteronormative narrative for now. I worry how they're going to perceive women, how they're going to perceive sex. I worry about the uses of Viagra has gone up, and men with low physical self-esteem issues have gone up because they're not hung like the people in porn films, So they're thinking they've got to perform like the porn stars. And they're expecting the same from the girls. So there's the pressure on the men to, you know, be studs and be able to do all of this stuff and be aggressive and take control and be dominant. But then there's the pressure on the young girls to look like the porn stars, to, look like them downstairs, to have the boobs, to dress up in the underwear, to, be able to perform the best blowjobs in the world, to be willing to take it any which way but loose. There's all this pressure, on young people. I remember I lost my virginity when I was 17. I was terrified, man. I was terrified. I didn't kiss a girl until I was 15, and I didn't kiss a girl again for anher 2 years because I was terrified of kissing a girl. And the pressure on people to now to perform sexually, to perform in the sex Olympics, is too much, and it's going to cause great problems for this generation in years to come. I think it's going to cause broken relationships. It's going to cause all kinds of accusations, whether legitimate or otherwise, of rape. It's going to cause infidelity. It's going to cause an increase in what they call chem sex, which is taking hard drugs with sex. It's going to increase all of these things, right? And this is mainly what the internet is for, is pornography. That's the main thing that people look up on the internet. I've looked up pornography on the internet. Of course I have. But the internet, let me go back to where I was at the start. Oh yeah, the internet, I think, genuinely does more harm than good. And I don't think we need it. And if I live in a house without the internet, do you know what? It'll be a pain in the arse. But I shall find my local library, and I'll go and work there when I need it. I'll go and do that. But I suspect this place will have the internet because it's almost everywhere. You can't escape it. So that's that rant over.
Okay.
Anything else, Alistair?
Well, it was just a slightly funny thing that happened with me last night. You know when you said that the new Avengers movie had come out?
Yes.
And you said, and then you went, and obviously you were expressing the fact it was brilliant. I thought you meant the old Avengers, like from the 1960s.
With Steed?
Steed.
Honor Blackman?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, I thought that...
They did a film.
Yeah, they did a film.
And it wasn't very good.
No.
So I think they should try again.
I thought that about 6 months ago when I was getting my hair cut, and Murray, the barber, was saying, oh yeah, there's this guy comes in, he's obsessed with the Avengers. And his room's decorated as the Avengers. And for the whole time I sat there, I was thinking the same as him. He's got like pictures of people in bowler hats.
Designer rig.
And it was only like that afternoon I went, oh, Marvel, right, I get it. Alistair, thank you very much. 0344 499 1000. We return to an empty switchboard, dear listener. You could be up next. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Jacked up jive talk for janitors, jazz cats, and gin-soaked boys and girls.
Is that Commando?
If you're awake, you're welcome.
I've got 5 cactus needles stuck in my...
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. Good evening, Angela.
Good evening, Iain and Katherine.
Good. Oh, you sound a little bit excited.
I am a bit. Wanted to tell you, about losing weight. I've lost nearly 15 pounds since last May.
How have you done that?
And just by exercising and
exercising.
And because I was a diabetic type 2. But I'm on the borderline now.
Are you following the John Gorn diet?
No,
You're dropping your trousers in front of a webcam like some kind of sexual criminal. Which he's not, of course. Which, of course, he's not. He's certainly not. But it's a weird thing to do.
And the laugh.
Yeah, it's a weird thing to do.
It is a weird thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, imagine.
And I've come off on my medication for metformin.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, it's Gary Glitter. You're not supposed to sing that, are you?
Please don't.
No, don't sing that. Yeah! Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! Ooh.
Anyway, Angela, so what exercise are you doing?
Well, I do mainly walking, but I'm going back to swimming.
How many steps did you walk today, please?
Probably loads. I've done a lot of we've been doing a lot of spring cleaning today, so
Okay.
we've been
How many
probably done
steps?
quite a bit.
How many steps? I want a number.
I say 1,000.
1,000. Yeah, I've done about 12,000. I've done about 12,000 steps today.
Well, I live
And I've
on
got
it.
the stats to prove it.
Yeah, we got one of those fitness watches.
Here's the thing, because I do it on my iPhone, right? And I'm suspicious of the iPhone's measurements of my steps. I really am. But also, who came up with this figure of 10,000 steps is what we're supposed to do? That sounds like the most made up. Let's just make up a really big number. 10,000. That's a good voice. I use that voice again.
Is that the voice of iPhones?
10,000. You got to do 10,000 steps. Oh, yeah. All right, I've done it. I've done 12,000 steps today. Where's me?
That means you can do less tomorrow.
Yeah, it does. Do you know what it does? It really, really does. It really does, Angela. I'm going to do less tomorrow. It's boring walking.
It is boring, but we do like the swimming as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm a good swimmer anyway. So,
do you do the butterfly?
Yeah, I could do the butterfly.
Why does anyone do butterfly? It's awkward.
It is a bit awkward, but
Life is like a butterfly. It's soft and gentle as a sigh. Multi-colored moods of love are like its Saturn's wings. Love makes your heart feel strange inside. It flutters round all things and died. Love is like a butterfly, a rare and gentle thing. Ain't you got no gingerbread?
No, I hate that one. I hate that one.
Ain't you got
I hate
no
that one.
candy?
Not Andy.
Ain't you got no hot chocolate for me and little Andy? 2 doors down, they're laughing and smoking and having a party.
Wow, the
2
remix.
doors down and not aware that I'm around. I'm Dolly Parton. I'm gonna go and tell them to shut the F up, 'cause I'm trying to write an album and they're having a party. Then in the party I see a sexy man, invite him to my apartment. We're having our own party in my apartment.
What do you mean by that?
We're having sexual intercourse with a man I met at the party in my apartment. And then I wake up in the morning and he stole my purse.
Oh, it's a twist. Plot twist, Angela.
There you go, Angela.
See that coming?
You've always got to keep an eye on strangers that you meet at parties from 2 doors down.
Lock your purse away.
Lock your purse away. And by purse, she means the thing you keep your money in.
No, I don't.
Oh, you mean your vajayjay?
My dad's words of wisdom: keep your hand on your halfpenny.
Really? Oh, yeah. That's a bit of a weird thing for a dad to advise a young lady about.
Well, you haven't got daughters.
Well, advise. Yeah, okay. Anyway, Angela. Yes. So the butterfly.
yeah, the butterfly, that is pretty good. I did. I got a star for swimming allowance when I was younger. But I was gonna go for the next one up, but they ran out of funding.
Oh man, they should do badges again, shouldn't they? They should do certificates for going to swimming baths, because I find it quite boring. But if I knew I was going for a badge, different matter.
I love a badge.
This time I would sew them on my swimming costume.
Oh, I still got my star.
Well, that's all we can hope for, isn't it? I think we should give out more awards and more stars and more badges and more certificates. That's what we need. That's what we need. Ah, Angela, I feel that we're so close and yet we're so distant at the same time. We can never be in love, you know.
I know. It's horrible, isn't it?
It's a shame. It's a shame. But from afar, we can admire.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling.
I know. Thanks for having me.
There we go.
Oh, she's so polite. Take note, listener. Thank us for having you.
Good evening, Rosie.
Good evening.
Good evening.
It's all a little bit surreal. Back to the conversation we had the other week about the earbuds.
Oh yes, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Rosie's posted a video online of her setting fire to an earbud.
Oh,
I don't know why.
I didn't know. I've seen it already.
I have no idea why she did it or why she joined.
Well,
hate them so much.
I watched all 31 seconds of it and found it strangely fascinating.
Did it have wax on the end?
It was,
no,
wasn't it?
I thought she was
It
going
was
to
to
clean her
prove
ear
that
out
it's
with
not
it.
plastic.
Okay.
Oh.
Right. Well, right. Well, it melted.
You swore they were all plastic.
Yeah, it melted.
No, it didn't.
I thought we agreed that they weren't plastic. They were tightly rolled paper.
Mm-hmm. And that's what it was, yeah.
Yeah, we know. We established it. Mate, you need to get over it.
You don't need to fire start to prove anything.
We established this, Rosie, last week. You need to get over the fact. You need to get over the fact that they're messing with Grandad's formula and recipes and making it even more blackcurranty than ever.
And taking all the sugar out.
Yeah, exactly. You need to get over that and find yourself a hobby like inventing your own sugary blackcurrant drink and calling it Wybena. Why not? Why not Bina? I can't believe it's not Wybena.
That's not a bad idea.
Hang on, Kath's working. Genius at work. Genius at work.
Yeah, thanks, Kath.
Hang on.
I'll get on with that.
Bina done that. No. It needs more work.
B-Day done that, mate.
Oh, no. Oh, who drinks from the B-Day apart from Glynn?
Well, yeah, I know a Glynn. It's not. I'm sure it's not him, though.
God, I hope not.
That's gross.
So could you... I don't want to go there. Well, that's... Rosie, listen, your research... As far as I'm concerned, we're quits. The research into the world of the cotton buds is over. You don't need to do any more, Rosie. Let it go.
Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Let it go.
Good night. What a weirdo. Oh, what a weirdo.
Why does she keep calling?
What a weirdo.
Experiments.
What's that? She posted a 31-second video online of her burning a cotton bud.
That's not even an experiment for anything.
And then,
I'm going to burn some Head and Shoulders to prove stuff.
While it was on a light, she then poked it in a cat's eye.
No, she never.
Yeah, she did. She does stuff like that.
In the name of science, eh?
In the name of love. Yes, Ollie.
Alexa off. Hello.
Alexa on.
No, I can't talk to you with Alexa on, can I?
No, you can't. So turn Alexa off.
Oh, hang on. Alexa off. That's it.
Alexa on. Oh, she can't hear
the
it.
radio on.
Okay, right. We've got to go to the adverts now.
Oh, done.
Yeah. Okay. Well, tell you what. Give us a little teaser of what we can expect from this year's Peter Ustinov Ollie after midnight.
Flies.
Flies?
Flies.
Beautiful. I mean, that is gonna keep them tuned in.
You had me at flies.
Isn't it? That is gonna keep them tuned in. Another hour of this rubbish. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. If you want to give us a call, you'd be very, very welcome. You can go and watch the show, youtube.com/Iain Lee. Look for the live feed. Or on periscope.tv/Iain Lee. Or you can listen to Talk Radio, of course, online, talkradio.co.uk, downloading the app for your pocket telephone or on DAB. That was it. 0344 499 1000. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Across the UK, online and on DAB.
The wild man of late night radio, Iain Lee.
Differently interesting nocturnal emissions from a legend of late night radio. On air and off the leash. The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
On Talk Radio. We'll get you talking.
0344 499 1000. Weeknights, Monday to Friday. Those are weeknights, aren't they? Yes. From 10 o'clock at night to 1 o'clock in the morning, the Late Night Alternative with me, Iain Lee, and sometimes Catherine Boyle. You can call in about anything. It's the phone-in show where you can literally call in about anything you want. What have we talked about so far? B-Days, Sainsbury's, Star Wars, Fortnite, racism, idiot kids, cotton buds. We've had it all. Anal sex. We've covered it all tonight. And there's still 57 minutes of this rubbish to go before Paul Ross at 1 o'clock. So, you can call in about any of those things. Or if you want to call in about something else, maybe it's a big news story, maybe it's... I tend to shy away from the big news stories a bit, but if you want to call in about it, you're welcome to. Maybe it's a micro news story, or maybe you just want to phone in and say that you've had enough of the world and you want to get off. Any of those things. it's possible. And last week I got picked up for calling out the telephone number too quickly. So I'm trying to slow it down. 0344. That feels really slow. 499 1000. 0344 499 1000. Doesn't even cost you anything. You phone up, you speak to Kath, she'll give you a call straight back. Ollie!
Hello.
Flies!
Oh, God. Do you know, I often listen to your show at this time of night.
Yes, that's when it's on.
Well, that's true, yeah. I didn't think about that. But, yeah, sorry. I'm trying to multitask. Listen to your show.
Yes.
And it's nice that you got the remit. You can talk about anything.
Yep.
Flies.
Okay.
I'm trying to eat my tea, or at least prepare my tea.
Yes.
And there's a fly going around the room. It's the size of a marble. It's massive.
Wow, a marble-sized fly. That's incredible.
I'm telling you, I'm quite worried, actually.
What do you mean worried? What? Are you scared of it? Like a baby?
Well, one thing, I'm going to eat my tea, and I don't want to test it.
The thing is, a fly, even a marble-sized fly, all it's going to do is eat like the tiniest little bit of your tea. And here's the thing, it'll then sick it back up again. So
exactly.
So are you still there?
No, I don't know. I know it passed through a fly. That's just weird. That's very weird.
I'm not that fussed about flies on my food. I mean, it's not my favourite thing, as long as it's not like millions of them. But if a fly lands on my jacket potato, or I don't know, do you know what? I've not had a jacket potato for ages, and I could murder a jacket potato. A jacket potato's good for losing weight.
No. Last night I had one.
What did you have in it?
Beans and cheese.
That's it. I put about half a tub of butter in it as well. What you do is you cut it open, then you just cut the soft bit of the potato a few times, then you get a massive knob, get a big old knob of butter, and put it in there. Then you get the beans on, then you grate cheese on top.
Yes,
that's what I'm talking about.
Totally right. No, with
yeah. So
I'm trying to have something equally microwavable, but I can't do it because I can cook it, but I can't eat it because I'm worried about the spy land on it. It's really big.
You need to buy some spiders. You need to get some pet spiders from somewhere.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of spiders.
Oh, for God! Well, in that case, you need to get a bird, like a hawk.
Yes.
You need to get a hawk to fly free in your dining room.
Or just an old lady, because she did all those things.
You might as well. Get the old lady. She'll start off with the fly. There you go. It'll escalate. I won't tell you. I'm not going to tell you how that one ends, but it don't end too well. Nobody comes out of that one well. Hey, I tell you, talk about the internet, right, and it being rubbish. My website, iainlee.com, was getting hacked all the time by like Russian bots, right? So a guy called Luke very kindly said, "Oh, I can fix that. And I'll do it for free." And then another guy from a different company went, "Tell you what, we'll host it for you for free." It's like, "Whoa, this is brilliant." And I offered them money, and they went, "No, it's fine. We're fans of the show. We'll do it for free. Give us a little tweet, just to say thank you." And fine. And my email, Iain@iainlee.com, right, I get it sent to my Gmail. Okay. And for the last week or so, it's been flashing up on my Gmail. There's an error. But because I've got two emails, right? Iain@iainlee.com, and I've got another one, which is like my private one. It's not that private, but it's private.
What's the address for that?
I'm not telling you. And I nearly said it. And and I was getting those emails from the private one, and it kept flashing up. There's a problem with your emails. Do you want to have a look at it or dismiss? Dismiss. There's a problem with your emails. Do you want to have a look at it or dismiss? I went dismiss. And then during the news, I thought, I'll have a look at it, because it keeps flashing up. And it turns out that since the 26th of April, the emails from Iain@iainlee.com have not been reaching me. That was when the site was moved to a different hosting thing. Those emails haven't been reaching me.
Mm-hmm. And
do you know how that's impacted on my life?
No.
Not Not one bit. Not one jot. Not once have I gone, emails containing both praise and criticism are a bit thin on the ground. What's going on? Yeah, not had any impact on me. Beautiful. We don't need the internet.
That's very true, isn't it?
It's really true.
A good, was it a filter? That's it.
Yeah. Look at that. Authentication error. Beautiful. Fantastic.
I was down.
Yeah. Ollie, I'm going to cut you off.
No worries.
There we go. 0344 499 1000. Let me see if I can find. Watco sent me a new one of those 5 minutes with, I think. Did he send me a new one or did I dream it? Did he send me a new one? Ian Watkins. What's the... Oh, no, it was a thing about a bloke from Slade. Let's play one. We did driving test memories. Now, I've got a feeling this one might be bleak. I've got a feeling this could be a bleak one. As some of them are. Let me get my iTunes up. iTunes, why are you being... Quit iTunes. It's called 5 Minutes of the Cold, Hard Facts of Life. I think this is going to be bleak as. Let me just get it ready to go. There we go. Let's put that there. And let's go. This is my mate Watco, Ian Watkins. 5 Minutes of the Cold, Hard Facts of Life.
I had a car crash when I was 21, and there was a girl killed in the back of the car. She was only 16. When they pulled me out of the car, I was dead, right outside an American base. She was killed instantly. A lamppost come in the back of the car. Her boyfriend, sitting in the back next to her, got out of the car and walked home. Didn't realise what had happened, in shock. My girlfriend was thrown out of the car. When I'm recuperating, I was in a coma for about 6 weeks, and I was paralysed down one side. All my friends used to come up, and it never twigged that this one person was missing. And then they left it for a while to tell me that she was killed. And I realised that she wasn't there on her visits, but I never twigged. It was her that was missing. Bad time in my life. Bad time.
Worst thing, stupid thing I did was lost £53,000 at roulette in one sitting, which was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I'd just broken up with a girlfriend. I was in a bad mental state and blew money like I got back as well. Went down to about £4,000. Left, built it up to 30, and when I got back up to 30 I thought, you know what, I can get this back to the 53. I should have stopped then and taken a £22,000 loss, but walked out 53 down, didn't even have the money for a taxi. Absolutely horrendous. I lost 10 grand in the first 10 minutes. You know, just one of those things. You know, I've had to move on from that. It hurts, you know. If you haven't got that, I didn't have that. It wasn't like I had that. I obviously did have that type of money to lose because I lost it, but I couldn't afford to lose it. It was August the 23rd, 2013. I still think about it, yeah, most days. Most days.
I was sexually abused as a child, and I couldn't tell my mother at the time, and that came out as a spewed out argument between me and my mother. And I said a lot of things that hurt her, but she didn't, you know, she wasn't to blame. It happened, and unfortunately, right up until I was, 32, I think, yeah, 32, I couldn't actually talk about it, never spoke of it. And we were having a chat and a drink one night, and it all just spewed out as a massive argument, just come out. She said something about, because the chap that did it was actually arrested and charged for somebody else, and then it was never questioned that he may have actually done anything to me. So, of course, as I say, when I was about 32, we were having this discussion, and he came into question about, you know, oh, well, you know, it was next door neighbour. Oh, you know, can you remember when so-and-so got arrested? And then it sort of all came up, and it was like, I'm going to say it. I'm going to tell her. You know, yeah, you could have done more. And then it just came out as this horrible, venomous, spewed argument, which we were both deeply sorry for afterwards, but it was something at that point had to be said.
I don't like cakes. I don't like cakes or buns or anything like that because of
growing up, a great amount of sweet items were consumed by the people in front of me and shoved, almost like where the snake can unhinge its jaw and insert more goodies. Where we were living in the country, we used to have a baker grocery van come round, and the person that I was living with would order this great bag of iced donuts and iced fingers, and then she would consume them. She'd sit in front of me and consume them like some giant fetid dwarf. And so I didn't have any cakes, but I would stand there and witness it. I'd see all these cakes being shoved into that gaping chasm of a mouth. And one time when she wasn't about, the grocer guy, pulled up in the van and gave me a bag of these iced donuts, iced fingers for myself. There was a bag of 4 of them. And he says, hide them away, because he knew how mad they were. And so I got a T-shirt and I kind of hid them away in this T-shirt. And I got as far as the door, and I had them taken off me. And then I had my hand held on the kitchen sink, and the under-sink cupboard slammed repeatedly on my hand for taking something.
She donned her leathers and cropped her hair. She rode her bike without a care. And when her friends said take it slow, she told them all where they could go. Outside she laughed and showed her strength, but deep inside she felt the wrench, for someone close had passed away, and all her heart would have to say was, why did God take him away? So sprinting from the checkered flag of self-destructive thoughts she had, she took her trophies one by one until at last her time had come.
Wow. I mean, that was a bleak one, huh? We'll play a funny one tomorrow. That was... Let's just sit and ponder on what we've just heard for a second, huh? Ian Watkins, who makes them, I think is brilliant. And is he at Watco on Twitter? Is it at Watco? I can never remember. Yeah, at Watco. You tweet him, tell him you thought they were fab if you enjoyed them. If you thought they sucked, don't tell him. But if you thought they were fab, then tell him. He's good like that. Everyone's got a story. This is my philosophy. Be so bold as to call it that. Behind radio is all about stories, man. The best radio is about stories. I'm doing something for a tiny little thing for another radio station. It's a short little thing. And it was sold to me as, would you write and then read, kind of like a personal little short story thing, not non-fiction, about growing up. And I was like, yeah, of course, I'd love to. And they're paying me as well. It's not be stupid. And so I've done a couple of drafts of it. Well, I've sent them a couple of finished versions, and they keep coming back going, yeah. Slow down the reading. Sounds a bit too fast. That's my style. But okay, sure, you're the boss. And we need to get some more facts and figures in there. It's a 3.5 minute thing. It's a 3.5 minute thing, and I've sent them about 4.5 minutes. So they're going to cut it down, but they want me to. I said, if you write the bit with the facts and figures, I'll read it. So it's going to be facts and figures, so not a personal little story. And I don't know, it might sound all right. It's for something on Radio 4, and it's like a little week-long series that they're doing. And but it doesn't excite me. Any interest and excitement's kind of gone out the window a little bit, he said, not wanting to talk himself out of a job, because the personal story bit has been not removed completely, but pushed to the side a bit. And for me, radio is all about stories, your stories, and hearing stuff like that. Anyway, what I'm saying is that Watco thing is an excellent example of stories. 0344 499 1000. Another 40 odd minutes of this to go. Andre, you'll be up next. I'm Iain Lee. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
Dead of night discourse for disco queens,
I'm related to Jedward and Dolly Parton.
dairy farmers, and distant fathers.
Yeah, whatever.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee.
Doing lots of things that we don't know about, we can't control.
On Talk Radio.
Yes, great.
03444991000 is the telephone number if you want to give us a call. Good evening, Andre.
Yeah, who's that?
Oh, same old. It never gets dull. It never gets... No, sorry.
Yeah,
it's always dull.
Always a winner.
Always. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's no lie.
No lie. Right, Ian.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing a spot of gardening today again.
Here we go.
Wens,
Yes.
Out in the undergrowth.
Yes.
It's coming along quite nicely.
Yes.
And, additionally, I'm trying to sort of flipping patio out.
Right.
And I'm struggling.
You've not got your dead dad under there, have you? bit of the old jaw dashes. No jaw dashery.
I've got something else under it.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
Sand and cement.
Yes. Good basis.
Bricks and mortar, yeah. But
hang on a second, Kath. What was that? Kath, I've never seen Kath look so surprised at a phone call. What was that? Was he rude to you? What did he say? Wowzers! Is he coming on? Oh, I can't wait for that.
What did Kath say?
None of your business.
Oh, okay. Right, yeah. So anyway, I was doing the patio. Then I thought, I'll pull a couple of old weeds up and plant a couple of roses.
Yeah.
You know, but the lawn's too. I can't do nothing with it. I can't cut. I've cut it once, but the weather won't been dry. I need another couple of days to cut it.
Yes. It's going to rain this weekend.
No, it's not. It's going to be sunny.
It's going to be sunny or rain. One of those two.
No, it's raining tomorrow. Sunny all bank holiday.
Oh, it's a bank holiday on Monday.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. All day. Now, Ian.
Yes, Andre.
Do you like gardening?
No, I hate it. I hate it, and mowing the lawn is my least favourite of all the jobs in the world.
Don't you find it therapeutic?
No, hate it.
No?
No, hate it. But mowing the lawn, hate it with a passion. It's my least favourite thing in the world, mowing a flipping lawn.
See the finished product? Like, you know, when you've done a bit out there, half hour out there, lovely.
No, it's boring. It's hard work.
To the veranda.
Here we go.
Cold drink.
Yep.
And then you're away.
Well, why not just have a nice cool drink on the veranda anyway, instead of doing an hour of pushing around a flipping lawnmower?
Well, it's nice to put a bit in to get a bit out, isn't it?
I don't want to put any in. I just want to take out.
Yeah. I like to put a bit in to get a bit out.
I don't want to put any in. I just want it out.
No, well, put a bit in and then get a bit out.
None is going in. I just want it out all the time.
Ah, well, that's the trouble, isn't it?
Isn't it? It's the problem with kids these days.
Well, yeah, you don't want to put it in, do you?
No one wants to put it in.
All right, well, put a bit of work in and then get something out of it, yeah?
I'm not going to put... Oh, you're talking about work?
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, it's nice to speak to you again. I don't speak to you. You don't normally let me talk.
Which means I don't normally let you talk. You're always on the flipping show.
You never let me get a word in edgeways.
Oh, come on, Andre. Are you nuts?
No, but you never let me get a word in edgeways. I'll never have me say. I want to sing a song, but I haven't got my lappy on to sing a song for you.
Oh, that's a shame. Let's go to Keith. Good evening, Keith.
Hi, Ian. I've only just dipped into this show, and so I hope what I'm going to offer is it's a bit out of sync what you've been saying. What it is, me and my daughter, we talk quite a lot. She's 24, by the way, and good mate. We go Cineworld. You remember me? I'm the Keith. Yeah, it's not about that.
Say that again. Well, say that again. What?
I'm the Keith who talks about Cineworld. You know the Cineworld card. Do you remember me?
Oh, yeah. You signed up.
Right.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Well, this is about me and Emma. We're just chatting about the stuff, the comedic stuff.
Yes.
On TV at the minute is absolutely, we feel atrocious.
Yes.
And we've got, and basically we've got like 5 or 6 in the crap column, which who keep getting commissioned, and 5 or 6 in the rubbish. Now.
5 or 6 in the crap, and 5 or 6 in the rubbish.
5 five in the crap column and 5 in what we would say is excellent, laugh out loud stuff.
Okay.
So, basically, it's just me throwing this into the mix for you to...
I like it.
And people to... Right. We thought, right, okay, so in the absolute crap column, right, and we tried to put this in terms of crapness, the first one that we just cannot believe gets on TV is this geezer is this Lee Evans.
Hang on a minute. When was the last time Lee Evans was on TV?
He was on. I got watching on Sky last night. It was filling one of the O2 stadiums.
Yeah. But that's quite old, that.
Well, yeah, but he's not changed much. Well, okay, well, I'm just on. Yeah, well, I don't think his act's changed that much.
Oh, he's found something that works. The old physical.
Shoving pianos about and sweating a lot and doing Norman Wisdom, basically. Anyway,
yeah.
So, right. Well, you might disagree.
Well, I've
with
not
me.
seen Lee Evans for years and years and years. I remember I liked him in the 90s. I remember he made me laugh a lot in the 90s.
All right. Well, it's about opinions, isn't it? Like, so right.
But my opinion is more important than yours and your
daughter's. Oh, absolutely. You're the icon.
I'm a celebrity.
Right?
Yes.
The second one. Is this not going out? Is that Lee Mack? Not going out.
I've not seen Not Going Out since about series 2, and I like Lee Mack. I think Lee Mack is.
I do.
Funny.
Yeah. In his early days, as stand-up,
Have you got? Are you and your daughter prejudiced against Lees?
No, that's good. No. Right.
That's Catherine.
So we think that is a canned laughter.
Thanks, Kath.
And it's just appalling. Okay.
Yeah.
Now that's just my opinion. We're just throwing it in the mix. Yeah.
Yeah.
The third one we've got is Miranda, which seems to be getting a load of awards, and we just feel is appalling.
Yeah. Well, Not Going Out, I think, has finished, hasn't it?
Well, they go around the houses, don't they? On Sky Living, and then you get them.
Okay, right, yeah.
They're always on, aren't they? Somewhere. Okay, I'm not whether they are, but they pop up, don't they?
Yeah.
Right. Now, the other thing we've got is Johnny Vegas, who seems to get commissioned. I don't watch Benidorm, my mum does, but this new thing he's got, he looks like it should be on CBBT for children. How he gets a gig, I'll never know. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay, now that's what we've got in the absolute crap column. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, in the good, what we would say would make us... laugh out loud, and it's fairly difficult.
Yeah.
Now, this is quite a fresh one for me, is Philomena Clunk on Britain.
Okay, now I've not seen this.
Right.
So,
that's not a real name, but I'll tell you what she does.
Yeah, go on.
Because the other set on the real top of the pile is Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh, God.
And now, what she does, she plays... She plays it sort of like poker face, like he does in Borat. Are you with me?
Yeah.
So it's very clever what she does. It's clunk on history. So have a look at it and see what you think. We like Mickey Flanagan, even though he's a cockney. Right, sort of... His version of stuff.
Hang on a minute. I found the. Hang on a minute. I'm finally. I must be the last person in the country.
What about filling me in a plum?
No. I've. You know, the BBC have released like 16,000 sound effects. I've finally gone onto the BBC website to get the sound effects. Here we go. Hang on.
Oh God.
Here we go. Here we go. This is 50 men laughing. Here we go. 50 men laughing.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Like canned laughter. Oh dear. Oh no. Right. Okay. So
you going? Oh no.
No, let me throw these few in the mix.
Yes.
The other lad who we think is really funny, and I found him funny since I first encountered him, is Kevin Bridges, the Scott lad.
Oh yeah,
I like him. Anyway, that's just my opinion. Now, Frankie Boyle, I think. I can watch, and I've got his DVD, and we've got I like Curb Your Enthusiasm, and always have done.
Okay.
The American thing, and sadly, the guy I used to like it. He just died. I think he's the show Larry Sanders.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I will.
But but hang on a minute. No, I can't allow this, Keith. Larry Sanders was over 20 years ago. You can't. You started this with. There's a load of crap on telly at the moment.
Yeah.
And then you're naming programmes from 20 years ago.
That one's a long. But
you can't. This list is faulty.
Oh well, don't shout at me too much. I've got.
It's a faulty list.
Philomena Clunk, she's topical. Kevin Bridges, Mickey Flanagan. Sacha Cohen's always popping up. Frankie Boyle.
Hang on a minute. Then Sacha Baron Cohen. What was the last thing he did?
I know he's not. He did
the Brothers Grimsby.
Right. Anyway,
not anyway. I'm not letting you get away with this, Keith.
All right,
you've committed a crime. You have phoned up and said that comedy is rubbish. The modern comedy is rubbish.
Yeah.
And here's why. And then you've talked about Sacha Baron Cohen, who hasn't done anything for about 3 years, and the last thing he did was the Brothers Grimsby. You've talked about Larry Sanders, which is 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Curb Your Enthusiasm still
I'm
on.
trying to. Oh, the last series of that was last year, and that wasn't very funny, the last series.
Well, it's all about opinions, which I like, and I want people to debate.
No, well, I'm not debating, but I'm telling you.
You didn't like it?
No.
But the thing is, Ricky Gervais, he went over there, and he really... there was
Talk where he went.
He really sort of like pitched his thing with him about his style and emotional intelligence. I'm not a big Ricky Gervais fan, by the way, but
I've never heard of him. Never heard of him. Keith, thank you very much indeed for that. If you want to phone up and say some television programmes, you'd be very welcome to. 0344 499 1000 is the telephone number. It's I don't. Oh man. Oh, I don't know. I just don't know what to do with myself. 0344 499 1000. Kath, come and join me. We'll take calls straight to air for the last 30 minutes of the show. That's what we'll do. Call straight to air for the last 30 minutes of the show. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Political correctness gone wrong. Mad. Boots has halted an eyeshadow collection after a mother complained the names on the makeup were offensive. Oh. Microphone, please. Angela Fitzsimmons, 46, was outraged when her daughter Grace, 17, came home with an obsessive eyes makeup palette. The £12 eyeshadow selection included shades labelled Foreplay, MILF, Sugar Daddy, and Bukkake.
No.
The last one's made up. but MILF. MILF. Hey, I love your eyes. Is that MILF you've got on? The mother from... I've just seen what the company have said. This is great. The mother from Leicestershire challenged the store over the use of sexualised names, which will be seen by young girls. It's gratuitous and crude, she said. Rightfully so. I'll take that on a minute. Obsession said the product will be removed from stores, adding, some of our shade names need work.
But it's not new, is it, that? I've showed you... I quite like NARS makeup. When I can afford it, I'll go in there. Their names are filth.
Are they? What, like what?
Well, let me look some up for you.
Let me talk to this caller on line one, first of all. Good evening, line one. No, they bottled it.
Oh, what a shame.
Oh, hang on a second. Let's can't have that. I can't have someone bottling it. Let's give them a call back. Can't have someone bottling it. He wanted to see if, and it will be a bloke, he wanted to see if the call straight to air actually meant you go straight to air.
Yeah, an experiment, isn't it?
And then...
Welcome to the O2 messaging service. The person you are calling is unable to...
Because they're a bottler. That's why. Go on, give me some of these...
Oh, okay, right. Oh, let me...
so I thought that's what you were looking up.
No, I am looking at it.
Yeah.
I got sucked in. There's one called...
Sucked into what?
Do Me Baby is one.
Oh.
There was one called. There's the most popular one is called orgasm.
Oh, well, that's not rude. That's a natural bodily function.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me find the lip ones in particular were pretty fruity, if I remember rightly.
Orgasms. I mean, that's.
It's got nothing to do with. Well, I suppose it has got to do.
Of course, it has. It's all connected.
Okay.
It is the simple. This is a story from the Daily Mail. 03444991000. Call straight to air. It is the simple word that drives many parents mad. Why? Why?
Sex machine. Get off.
I will do. It's very kind of you. I will do in a minute, but I've got needs. But children who get off.
Yeah.
Does that mean like that's either a bit rapey?
Get off.
Or is
Not
it
in the mood?
Or is it? I'm going to get you off.
I think it's the latter.
On
yeah.
my eyes.
Mm.
Don't get it in your eye. It stings. You have to go to hospital. It's true. But children who constantly ask such questions should be encouraged, researchers say, as those who appear curious in conversations are more likely to perform better at school. That's obvious, isn't it?
Yeah.
When kids say why, I try and answer it.
Yeah.
Until they've started playing a game recently.
Where they just keep
They
saying
just
why.
go, why? Because what happens is the cloud forms and it's moisture and but why? I'll why you in a minute.
Excellent answer.
I'll why you all the way back to the Stone Age.
Why though?
The study of this is stupid. This is Colin Fernandez, the science correspondent for the Daily Mail. The study of 6,200 preschool children found the most inquisitive were more focused in class and achieved better results in reading and maths tests.
Well.
What?
Yeah.
And I saw a bear taking a dump amongst some trees recently. And while children from less privileged backgrounds tended to fare worse at school overall, the most curious in this group performed just as well as their better-off peers. Lead author, Dr. Prachi Shah, of the University of Michigan, said, "We've been wasting our time researching this bullshit." My sticker fell off.
Put it back on there. Do not swear.
"We've been wasting our time researching this bullshit. Turns out the answer was obvious. The most curious kids generally do better at school because they're asking questions and they're interested in stuff." Promoting curiosity in children, especially those from environments of economic disadvantage, may be an important, under-recognised way to address the achievement gap. Promoting curiosity. Oh, come on.
That's another way of saying educating, right?
Education. The association of curiosity with academic achievement is greater in children with low socio-economic status.
Right, okay, so yeah, because they're not being trained to pass exams. It's all about the kids rising to the top who have got a natural curiosity.
Oh, what's this stupid?
Wow.
I mean, God, this...
How much do they pay to do these studies? Because I could knock one of those out, 10 minutes.
Something for the dads there. And some of the mums. Here we go. Here's another one. Here we go. Next story. Colin Fernandez, the science correspondent.
Again? Gosh, he's a hard worker.
Window that silences your noisy neighbours. And this, I think, is even if it's open.
Oh.
Here we go. A window that can reduce noise pollution by 50%, even when open, has been unveiled by scientists. I wouldn't say unveiled. It's something like they've drawn the curtain back on. So you do something like that. Anyway, the prototype is likely to benefit anyone living under a flight path, by a busy road, or living next door to common people who've won the lottery. And it would be perfect for people whose neighbours mow their lawns at an unearthly hour, like Andre, or let their children play noisy games. Or let their children play noisy games? What is wrong with these people? What is wrong with them? Researchers at the University of Southampton and Nanyang Technological University in Singapore, Nanyang, said the gadget works on the same principle as noise-cancelling headphones, but is adapted to work in a larger area.
So does it emit a sort of low
No. Yes. Yes. But you've got to stick these microphones on your window. Designed to be mounted on window grills. Sounds expensive. The gadget uses active noise control technology. Let's read on, find out a little bit more about that.
I'm intrigued.
The researchers say that windows can be left open for fresh air.
So maybe that smells out.
Maybe you've dropped your guts. God. And you want to evacuate the scent before your children come home, because they might pass out from it. Or maybe you've got a corpse in the house.
Oh.
So you've opened the window. Several units are placed together on the grill, each equipped with a microphone, which can detect noise before it reaches the window and generate a sound wave that is out of phase with an incoming wave, cancelling the noise. I don't know what I just read, but you know what? I like the sound of that. Professor Gan Woon Seng said, Our innovation not only computes the right amount and type of anti-noise to emit, but also does it faster than the detected noise can reach inside the building. The research team conducted tests using a soundproof chamber housing a mock room at the university's laboratories. Good luck to them.
Like I said, it makes the window go.
Singing windows. 03444991000. Call straight to air. This is the Late Night Alternative on Talk Radio.
It's the Late Night Alternative with that man, Iain Lee. There's no strangers here, just friends you haven't stalked on Facebook yet.
Have never sent my picture to anyone who didn't request it.
The Late Night Alternative with Iain Lee on Talk Radio.
Yes.
If you were watching on YouTube, you'd have got a little private, slightly blue, erotic display. All I would say is, for all the homosexual listeners, unlucky for you I'm straight, because I'd be good at that. Yes, line one. Hello, line one. Thanks for calling, line one. Idiots. I'm dealing with idiots. That's what I'm dealing with. I'm dealing with idiots. Phone in my show. Let's go. What have I got here? Oh, what is this? What is this? Here we go. You would think this is in the Mirror. You would think any teacher making pupils sing songs about death, destruction and murder would be hounded out by parents, and rightly so. When Tory Education Secretary Damien Hinds announced £5 million yesterday for, among other things, making sure kids know their nursery rhymes, he said it was about improving literacy. But the dark past of those childhood jingles, means that many of them are scarier than a Stephen King book, with the warped morals to match. They feature murder, plague, torture and prostitution. But in days when death lurked around every corner, they taught important lessons to children about what is and is not safe. So here are the surprisingly dark histories of some of your favourite nursery rhymes. Here we go around the mulberry bush. What's that about?
Cold and frosty morning, mulberry bush. Oh, is that about unwanted pregnancy?
No. Not an Innocence, Here We Go. I used to hate that song, and I'll tell you why I used to hate that song. I remember this record I had the other day. It's a little 7-inch EP. So I had a record player, an old dance set when I was about 5, right? I had this old 7-inch EP, and it was kids singing nursery rhymes.
Creepy.
Yeah. It was the most... and it was really scratched as well. When I was a kid, here's the thing. Maybe we'll do this tomorrow. Things you were scared of as a kid. I was scared of scratches on records. It used to upset me. I used to think it was like a ghost or something. So it's just this scratch record. Here we go round the moment, here we go. Oh, jeez, it was terrifying. I couldn't stop listening to it. There's another one about, soldier, soldier, will you marry me? Oh, jeez. Yes, line 1.
Hip, hip, hip.
Hip, hip, hip.
How's it going?
Oh, it's all right. What you got?
Not a lot, really. Just checking in because I haven't been listening tonight, so I was just wondering what's been the vibe this evening.
I just deep-throated a banana during the adverts.
You did.
Did you?
Yeah.
But you managed to deep throat the whole thing?
Well,
pretty much. You had enough to hold on to. That's about it.
It entered my throat. I could feel it because I was gagging on it, but I liked it at the same time. I wanted to take it out, but I didn't.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
So what? I just wanted to say I love the show. Thank you.
I'm a regular listener.
Thank you.
And it's nice to do the old every now and again, straight to air. That's lovely.
Well, I've relied on it a bit too much recently because the last 35, 40 minutes of the show recently has been a bit flaccid. I don't quite know why. So I need to have a little think about it.
It doesn't seem like that. But I can only speak for myself. But from my end, it doesn't seem like that. I quite like it, the way it's sort of.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're digging it.
It goes down to a nice pace. Yeah, I'm always digging it.
Nice one, man. Well, thanks for calling.
Anytime. I'll be back at some point with something more interesting to say.
Thank you very much indeed. I like that guy. I don't know who that guy was, but I like him.
He's got ambition. I like that.
What's Mary... no, here we go around the mulberry bush. Not an innocent song about skipping, but according to a former governor of Wakefield Jail... hang on a second. Where have we found out what these... Where are we getting this informazione from? It's about prisoners being driven around a yard filled with mulberry bushes by their jailers who would beat them if they did not exercise vigorously enough. I don't believe that. Oh, here we go. If this is true, this is great. Little Miss Muffet.
Sat on a tuffet eating her curds and whey.
Whoa, this is great.
Is it about not having...
This doesn't make sense.
She was frightened away by a spider. She was eating... Don't eat in public, it's rude.
The story of a little girl scared of a spider is based on an incident that would now involve social services. Dr. Thomas Muffet, who died in 1604, ironically crushed by a tuffet, is believed to have crushed up spiders and fed them to patients, including stepdaughter patients, to cure their ailments.
Gosh. But they crushed up all kinds of stuff, though.
But that doesn't make any sense. Right, Ring a Roses is about the plague, right? We know that. And that's obvious. Ring Roses, pocket full of posies. That's to protect you, isn't it? The posies, the smell, because they wore nosegays. They wore.
That's what a posy would be.
Yeah, they wore flowers because they thought the smell would get rid of the plague. Pocket full of posies, a tissue, we all fall down.
Yeah, they thought it was fetid air, didn't they?
Old people were stupid and dead. So that's obvious that's about like people dying, right? Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds away. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and scared Miss Muffet.
Why couldn't they just do a song about eating her curds away? It had spiders in it.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet eating her curds away. Along came a spider. Her dad crushed it up and fed it to her.
And she got better. The end.
I'm not convinced by any of this.
No, I don't. Who's researching this?
Oliver Milne. 3 blind mice.
Right.
It's believed to be another rhyme about Bloody Mary, Mary I. Her attempt to make England Catholic again was opposed by lots of nobles who made themselves rich from Henry VIII's decision to split from Rome. Ever it were so. The mice are supposedly the Protestant bishops Hugh Latimer, Nicholas Ridley, and the Archbishop of Canterbury, Thomas Cranmer, who tried to put a Protestant leader on the throne. They were caught tortured, blinded, then burnt at the stake.
Gosh.
Whoa. 3 blind mice, 3 mice. See how they run, they all go over the father's eyes, go over the tail with the carving knife. Do you ever see such a thing in life as 3 blind mice?
Farmer's wife, that's a bit insulting to her, isn't it? But they didn't say that to her face.
Here we go. Bar black sheep.
Have you any wool? About wool?
Yeah, about wool being expensive.
Oh, those nursery rhymes. Those old jingles.
Those old jingles. It's about wool being expensive. Oh,
Kids love that. Kids love it.
I couldn't remember the nursery rhymes when we had our first. I couldn't remember them. And then because we were in North London, there were some variations that were not quite right. But YouTube faced fresh pressure last night over videos teaching people how to shoplift.
What?
The clips showed would-be thieves how to beat security tags at high street stores. One viewer boasted, "It works! I just tried it!" The scandal comes after The Sun did a really lazy story the other day when they found people doing like operations on themselves and pulling their teeth out for a laugh and to save money because they were all American, as you pointed out, Catherine. Well done for that.
So the next revelation is you can see naughty stuff on YouTube. Yeah.
Scandal comes after The Sun revealed YouTube-hosted guides giving women instructions how to perform abortions. Other disturbing clips found by our DIY investigators. Our investigators showed DIY circumcisions and erasing tattoos using grinders. Oh, mate! Yesterday, MPs insisted that YouTube, owned by Google, remove all offensive content. Well, OK. Who decides it? Because the video that you posted up of the guy pulling his tooth out, I found it hilarious. Also, it could be argued that it's a kind of social document that's important. Historically, that's going to be important. It's going to show that people could not afford proper health care. And also, how did people take their teeth out like 100 years ago? Mm-hmm. Did that? Yes, line one.
Hey, Ian. Hey, Kath.
Line one, yes.
Head and Shoulders.
Here we go.
Shampoo.
Here we go. Going to end the show on a high.
I'm actually I finished my work. I finished my shift in 2 hours, so I'll have to have a shower.
Yes, lad.
And I've been using this shampoo for 10 years.
Yep.
And I didn't realise until you told me, and I've seen it here. I've got a bottle in my hand.
Yep.
It says visible flakes from a distance of 2 feet with regular use. I didn't even... So it don't get rid of dandruff.
Is there not an asterisk before that statement?
Yeah, there is an asterisk.
Okay, what does that... What's that relate to? Where's the asterisk further up?
Don't badger the poor man. He's working. He's doing a proper job.
We're going to get sued by Head and Shoulders.
Well, it says Head and Shoulders for first sentence. Head and Shoulders Ultra Men series.
Yeah.
Up to 100%.
There you go.
Asterisk, whatever that means.
Right, up to 100% of visible flakes.
Right.
So
they've got to be very careful with their claims because they got done for saying 100% of dandruff, and you can't say that.
Okay.
So does that mean that it's Head and Shoulders which is supposed to get rid of dandruff, but it doesn't actually get rid of dandruff?
Well, Catherine seems to be the expert here, Terry. I'll let her speak.
It's saying it gets rid of up to could be from 5% to...
Well, no, up to could be from 0%.
Exactly.
Well, why did you say 5 then? That was a weird thing to do.
Well,
you say up to...
It won't be 0, though.
It could be 0.01.
All right.
Well, why would you say...
Don't get like this just because you're wrong.
Oh.
I can see what you're doing here.
Terry, listen to
this. If you use this shampoo, does it mean you've got to keep people at a distance for 2 feet?
No, they'll be able to see it still.
Regularly.
Why do we allow the word poo in it? What's that got to do with it? Was it because traditionally... Thank you for that call, Terry. Is it because traditionally the head washer was made of faeces, fecal matter?
It's the bastardisation of an Indian word.
Oh, what's your language?
It's an Indian word.
Line 2, you're the last call of my show.
Ian.
Yes?
Quick question for you.
You got 10 seconds.
A streaming service called YouTube Red.
It's porno.
No. It's
well, we're out of time. We'll never know now. YouTube Red, I would say approach with caution. Thanks very much. Ta-ta.